baby, for another day of rugby league action. Yes, sir. We are on. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKR Sport. We are here for the Sunday games rugby league action. Keen as for today because although, look, the two games don't exactly look fantastic, I'm not going to lie to you. The fact of the matter is there is still a lot to play for two of these teams at the very minimum. Obviously, this game here is the Parramatta Eels taking on the St George Illawarra Dragons. And later on today, we do have the Raiders taking on the Tigers. I guess in that game too, the Tigers do have... actually, both these teams do. You know, Dragons and Tigers both have to try to avoid the spoon, whilst Parramatta are still fighting for their shot in the 8, and the Raiders later on as well, definitely fighting for their shot in the 8 as well. So, yeah, look, it is still important. You have to look at the positives, and hopefully, you know, it does turn out to be two close games between competitive teams, but there obviously is a couple of heavy favourites in these two games, so you do have to obviously recognise that. Now, let's get to the two-team lineups here for this game, the Eels versus the Dragons, before we do get, obviously, into the ladder and then the chat. Obviously, hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're on our way to 25k. Let's do it. Let's do it. But the Parramatta Eels, they come into this game in 11th position, while the Dragons come into this game in 16th position. The Eels are $1.14 to win, whilst the Dragons are $5.80. So, gee whiz, good luck with that one. If you're on the Dragons, at least they're good odds. This is at CommBank Stadium in Sydney, and it should be a good day for it. So, the ins here, Arthur Miller-Stephen, Dylan Brown, and Wimmer Gree comes in. Dylan Brown obviously coming back from his suspension, with the outs being Dejan Arce, Ofahiki Ogden, and Wonga Blake. Fullback wise, Clint Gutherson, he is the captain, with Sean Russell and Arthur Miller-Stephen on the wings. So they've got a brand new winger there. And then Will Penasini and Bailey Simonson are in the centres. You've got Dylan Brown coming back into the 5'8", Mitchell Moses as the halfback, with the front rowers being Joe Ofahengawi and Junior Bolo, with the number 9 being Joey Lussick. Ryan Madison and Bryce Cartwright back row, Jermaine Hopgood into the lock, with Luca Moretti, Andrew Davey, Wilma Grieg, and Makahesi Makutoa in the interchange. Brendan Hands as the 18th man replacement. Despite the fact that the Eels may have a different winger there, you know, and maybe their 4-pack... No, their 4-pack is pretty fine, man. You know, but their 4-pack is actually full strength, so I don't know what I'm talking about there. But, yeah, they've only got a winger that is different and should be expected to win this game and win this game well if they want to consider themselves any kind of threat to make the top 8 and any kind of threat to go on with the job this year, because it's all good making the top 8, but you still want to have a chance of actually winning it all. Now, for the Dragons, Ben Murdoch-Masila, Jack Bird, and Max Fenai come in, with Jack DeBellum, Moses Sully, and Toby Couchman going out. Fullback-wise, Tyrell Sloan, with the wingers being Matty Fenai and Mikhail Ravalawa. Centres, Zach Lomax, Taxman, and Jack Bird. Tautau Moan is the 5'8", Ben Hunt, captain and halfback, with Francis Molo and Blake Laurie as the front row. Jacob Lidland's the number 9. Billy Burns, Dan Russell back row, and then Michael Molo is the lock. You got interchange of Connor Mollison, Zane Musgrove, Ryan Couchman, and Ben Murdoch-Masila, with Max Fenai as the 18th man replacement. I am taking the Eels here, and I will take them 13+. I think they really need to fire up here today. Dragons, look, their season is just hanging by a thread in regards to avoiding that spoon. They're just so lucky that the Tigers are struggling even worse than them, realistically, with two less wins. But I guess if they do win this, sorry, if the Dragons do lose this game, or the Tigers do win their game later on against a beatable Raiders team, you know, maybe it spices up that wooden spoon battle a little bit more. But for the time being, the Tigers do look to have locked that up, regardless of what the Dragons do here today. Now, to get into the ladder positioning, if the Dragons were to lose, then they will still be in 16th position. Like I said, they have 4 points above the Tigers. The Tigers do play the Raiders later on today, though. But their points differential is separated by about 80. The Dragons have a -139, and the Tigers with a -213. So even if the Tigers were able to get up to where the Dragons are points-wise, the points differential could hurt them unless they get a big win somewhere along the line. So yeah, the Dragons are probably safe, you would imagine. If they win this game, they would also stay in 16th. They can't go any higher because the Bulldogs are on 20 points, plus they've got the bye this week, so they'll be on 22 points. So if they lose this game in the Dragons, they're probably just solidified for 16th spot. They're probably just done for the season there and can't move, because the Bulldogs, Dolphins and Titans would be all on 22 above them, which is 3 wins above them, and then the Tigers would be 2 losses below them. They're just going to hope the Tigers don't get a result. So effectively right now, Dragons fans, just look to next year and look to see what positives you can make out of the rest of this season, because obviously you are kind of in no man's land right now. You're in a little bit of no man's land. Moving now to the Parramatta of the Squeals. They are in 11th position on 24 points, equal with the Roosters, but they're lucky their points differential is +59, whilst the Roosters are on -100. So unless they lose this game by 160 points to the Dragons, they will be staying exactly in 11th for the time being. And of the teams below them, the only one close to them points differential, not even close, but like the closest one to them is the Titans with a minus 53 points differential. So they're still 100 points differential off them. Then you've got the Roosters minus 100, you've got Dolphins minus 94, Dogs minus 261. So the Eels are pretty safe in regards to the points differential battle there in regards to dropping any further in the next couple of weeks. But if they win this game, they do, well, they have a chance to go into the top 8 today. They do have a chance. If they were to win this game, Manly are on 25 points, they go above them. Cowboys, they're on 26 points. So if the Eels go from 24 to 26, their points differential is already better than theirs. They've got 59 points differential, so the Cowboys are plus 32. So it doesn't matter how much they win by, they would go into 9th. And then with the Rabbitohs, who do sit in 8th position on 26 points, they've got an 80 points differential. So that means the Eels would have to win this game by 22 points or more to go above the Rabbitohs and push them out of the 8 and the Eels into 8th position there. Knights are in 7th on 27 points. So you're more than likely not going to be seeing, you're not going to be seeing them drop. They can't drop. They literally cannot drop there. So they're very thankful that the Rabbitohs and Cowboys both lost their games. But yeah, a lot to play for the Eels. Not much at all, really, actually, to play for the Dragons, unless the Tigers win today. We won't know that until a little bit later on. But guys, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Hopefully it's a good game, but I have my doubts. I do have my doubts here, but let's get into the chat. Let's get into the chat. I don't know. We'll see how many people care about this game, to be honest with you, because I don't. Maybe just Eels fans. Maybe just Eels fans tuning in. Jalen Shell, sup? Get around your butt up. Ryan says hi. Hello, Ryan. So was Fanboy said if the Squeals lose, that would put a massive smile on my face. Well, yeah, I guess as you're a Dogs fan, I guess that you would be. Well, your points differential is nowhere. You would have to win games by 100 points, and Eels lose by 100 points to even be comparable. But I guess that's just the rivalry there. But if the Eels were to lose out from here on out, you just need two more wins than them to go above them. So maybe you can hold out hope with that one. BGL Baller says, who do you think is going to win? I don't think. I'm pretty certain I know that the Eels will win, to be completely honest with you. But if they don't, it is a very Parramatta thing to do. If there is ever a thing called a Parramatta thing to do, it is to lose to a team that literally has nothing to play for. They don't have anything to play for. It's really just about pride for the Dragons at this point because they're probably not going to get the spoon, but they're also they're not going to be moving out of 16th position. They would have to rely on the Dogs losing every game from here on out, and the Dragons winning all 4 of their remaining games after this one. To go above them, and that's just above the Dogs. The Dolphins and the Titans and the Roosters and Eels and stuff. They're all pretty much out of range. To be completely honest with you, so yeah, not much to play for the Dragons. Just look for the positives and hope they can start to really enforce this rebuild. Memphis says, do you think these odds are accurate though? Absolutely. The way Para have been playing the last few matches haven't been convincing. Will they get some of their players back? They get Dylan Brown back. And yes, those odds are absolutely fair enough. They're playing a team that is in second last with nothing to play for, whilst the Eels are playing for a top 8 spot. If they win by 22 or more points, the Eels, they will be literally in 8th spot. So we'll go back and have a look at the draw and see, Eels' last couple of games. And look, they haven't been fantastic of late. They lost 46-16 to the Storm, 24-16 to the Cowboys. Very controversially beat the Titans 25-24. Obviously, the NRL came out and admitted that there should have been a penalty to the Titans twice in the last 2 minutes there, and they won by 1 point. They obviously got beaten 46-10 by the Warriors with their last, convincing win coming against the Dolphins 48-20 back in the 24th of June. So, the whole month of July was very, very very unfortunate there for the Eels, and they had that 34-4 win over Manly. They actually went on a pretty good win streak. They went on a win streak after the Raiders lost 26-18, beat the Rabbitohs 36-16, beat the Cowboys 24-16, beat the Bulldogs 34-12, beat Manly 34-4, and then beat the Dolphins 48-20, had the bye, and then, geez, it came down from there. The Eels season just absolutely came down from there. They need to let this game play them into some form because they've got a tough schedule upcoming. They've got a really, really tough schedule with the Broncos away at the Gabba, next week. And then they play the Roosters at CommBank and then the Panthers at Penrith. And that's before their round 27 bye. And I think that with their last game being a bye, I don't think their points differential is good enough to really be a concern with the fact that they will guaranteed get a win in game 27, around 27. I don't think that many teams will be too concerned about that because, look, the Rabbitohs have a plus 80, Knights plus 74, Sharks plus 80, Storm 81. So, realistically, the Eels have to win this game by a good 40-odd points to start really making sure that they wouldn't have to worry about the points differential battle going into that final round. They would have to win this game by a very, very large amount, to be completely honest with you. I'd say, probably if they can win by 41 points or more to go above their 100 points differential, that would be really nice, because then they'd be, 20 above the Rabbitohs, they'd be 26 above the Knights. Actually, to be fair, it doesn't matter about the Knights because they've got that odd score, but they would get 68 above the Cowboys in that situation. Who else would be there? Obviously, you don't have to worry about Roosters, Titans, and whatnot. And then they would be 20 above the Sharks. So, yeah, it would be very, very beneficial. Very, very beneficial to get a significant win here. They really do need it. Broggy Sports, hey, Becca, how are you? Going all right, man. Obviously, this is going to be probably a long-ish day with these two games here, considering there's not much on offer. But, hopefully it turns it around. Hopefully it does. I know what to say about South. Absolutely lackluster. Yeah, South were very lackluster, man. They were extremely disappointing last night. A little bit of positive that they obviously, threw everything at the Sharks late on, but it was well and truly too late, man. Like, it was well and truly too late. So, yeah, the Rabbitohs have a lot to try and fix, man, because right at this very moment, they are really, really struggling to get any kind of form going. And you just can't explain the disappointment for them, especially considering that I had them in my grand final pre-season. I think most people, thought the Rabbitohs were going to be very, very good this year, but they just haven't been able to turn it on whatsoever. And, really disappointing. Really, really disappointing there. I'm just getting something up on my phone here. Just getting something up on my phone before the game does start. Obviously, guys, hit that like button and subscribe. And giving your score predictions in the chat. I might even get a different jumper on. I might even get a different shirt on because it's actually quite hot. It's actually quite warm. Give me a second here, guys. The game does start in 5 minutes. So give me 1 second, Mundos. All right, I'm back. I literally left for like maybe 25 a second, maybe 25, 30 seconds. I just wanted to take the jumper off because it's actually quite warm. I don't know why. Like, it's cloudy and a bit rainy today. I love it. I actually love it today on the coast. But yeah, a little bit cloudy and rainy. So I thought it was going to be cold, but it's not. So I just changed my jumper to a shirt. Brocky Sports is 8 to the Eels. 22 points. Well, there you go. Well, if the Eels do that, then they're in the 8 for the time being. If the Eels were able to get that kind of win. Nice earpods. Yeah, I had to get new ones. The last ones that I got were shocking, man. I don't know if you noticed, but yesterday I had one in my right ear because the left one just didn't work. I bought them like 2 weeks ago. So I went and bought some more today. I went and bought a couple today, which is good to see. Good to see. And they're much better. They are much better. The Dragons are out in the field now. Here they come. I'll go the Eels 26-12, Medvedev says. I don't know if I just don't know what Dragons team's going to turn up, man. Like, I would love to see the Dragons get an upset here. It would be massive. It'd be absolutely massive because then that would really, actually kind of keep teams like the Roosters, Titans, Dolphins and stuff like that still with a fighting chance. Obviously, it's very, very unlikely. Extremely unlikely. But it would keep them, somewhat in the hunt. But as a Titans fan, man, I'm not even looking towards that. I'm just very happy with our team's performance the other night. Sniper says Eels lose but because the Queen is bald. Yeah, at least it's not as bad as last week's bald. Like, last week's bald was bad. At least he's got like a little bit of stubble on his head now. A little bit of stubble there. Jason's Dragons for Oya. Yeah, Oya's been missing. He's been missing in action. It's all right. Hopefully one day he'll turn up again. And the chat will go wild with the grease flags in the chat. All right, Dylan Brown come back too. I wonder if he'll have a good game or if it'll take him a little bit to get back into it. It'll be interesting. Because obviously he's had a lot of controversy recently. We're not going to go into it for obvious reasons. But, he's had a lot of controversy. And now he's gotten back. Now he is back. So, be interesting to see how he gets back into this 5'8" role with this team that has been struggling. But it does make them better. I'm not saying Dejan Arcee's not a good player, but he's still not Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown's got the experience. He's got the quality, the proven quality. And it can turn a game on its head like that. He's a really good player. So him coming back to this team should really help this Eels team to get a pretty significant win in today. Not reading something's coming out. Marcel says, hello, BK, up the Saints. Well, good luck, mate. Good luck. The Dragons do kick it off here, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Gartho gives it up to Junior Bolo. I guess he's blood to the 11. Jeez, I tell you what, and you'll see this tomorrow on the vlog that comes out at 5:30 for the Titans-Wires game. Man, I tell you what, my throat is still feeling it, man. I'm still feeling. I guess I haven't had a break, to be honest with you. It's funny though. I kind of use Mondays as my break, and I'm editing the vlog the entire time. Is there a knock on here? Oh, Francis Molo in the first tackle of the game will have to come off here for a HIA. That sucks. That sucks, man. Hope he's all right. Give away something now says Dragons have more players with hair. Dragons 13 plus. Do they? Because do they? I swear they might have. Do they not have any ballies? No ballies at all. Brown didn't have the best start of the season, but he's been great midway. Well, the Eel, you got to look at the Eels' schedule. By the way, he is going to have to come off here for the HIA. You got to look at the schedule early on, man. They had Storm at home, the Sharks at home, the Manly Seagulls away, Panthers at home, Roosters away. Then they played the Tigers and the Dogs. But then they went and played the Broncos, the Knights, the Titans, Raiders, Rabbitohs. They've had they had a pretty difficult start of the season, and didn't receive a bye until pretty late on, didn't they? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, until round 14. Didn't receive a bye to round 14. So there is excuses for that start of the season there for Parramatta. But yeah, look, really disappointed. Just slide that one in there, didn't you? Well, you can actually kind of make a reference to that one too, Brighton. So they'll kick this ball away here to the Dragons, who'll bring it out from their own 18 or so. I wonder if Parramatta fans at CommBank will boo everything today like they did against the Dons. Good tackle there from the Eels. Good tackle. They bring it back. Is that Tyrell Sloan? Yeah, to the 23. Apparently, and I spoke about this last week, but apparently they're thinking about putting the Taxman at fullback next year, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird. I do think he's just simply a centre. I wouldn't really necessarily trust him as fullback. I think he's a good centre, though. Especially in recent weeks, I guess. All right, so Dragons get this ball at the 30, right inside. And that's the thing, although I don't like him as a bloke, as a player, he's still a good player. He can make a lot of mistakes, though, and can let people with drums into their heads during their kicking. But, he can be a solid player. That's definitely a strip, yeah. That's a penalty to the Dragons for sure. Blake Laurie with a big bong. Blake Laurie with a big bang. To be fair, Tigers fans, you want to be massive, massive, massive Parramatta fans today. You want to be massive Parramatta fans today, because if the Dragons win this game, you're pretty much confirmed for the spoon. For a back-to-back spoon. And the funniest thing about that for Tigers fans, right, is that last year, again, they came 16th. They came last. They said, you know what? Only way is up from here. Only way is up. We're going upwards. Because there's no way to go down. Well, guess what? They added a team in, and you went down. And you can come last in 17. A harsh one there for Tigers, but it's facts. So second tackle of the Dragons. They're 15 metres out of the line, right-hand side to Amona Tyrell Sloan to Ravalawa. Ravalawa, bro, you got to come inside, man. No. Man, he makes some mistakes. And that's the rookie winger too. Man, he makes some mistakes, Ravalawa. You can't back yourself on that wing with that short. Man, he can be so dangerous, Ravalawa, but he can also be dangerous for his own team. It's just such a silly decision there. No blocker. He did not get on the outside of his man. He's never on the outside of his man there. Arthur Miller-Stephen, the NRL debutant, you cannot tell me that he was ever on the outside of him, blocker. There was a 2 metre gap between winger to winger, and there was a 1 metre gap from winger to buddy sideline. Get out of here, blocker. I actually want to go to CommBank. It looks like such a great stadium. Yeah, it's a nice stadium, man. Good atmosphere inside it. Because of the way it's built, it really keeps the atmosphere in. CommBank, Seabus, and Allianz are very similar built stadiums with the way that it tries to encapsulate the noise inside of it. Forward tackle now for the Eels. I get this ball out to the 45. Laurie's a bit of a gun. Yeah, Blake Laurie's been really coming on lately. He has been he's doing pretty well lately. That's, Laurie, this Laurie you're talking about is Lawrie. I'm pretty certain Blake Laurie. Because if you say that, it's like Dane Laurie from the Tigers. I could be wrong though. If I'm wrong, slap me down. Slap me down. But Dragons get this ball here at the 18 through Matty Fenai. But yeah, Blake Laurie is just solid. He's not going to go into the quality tier next year for the team makers, but he will definitely be mid-range of do the job. And that's not an insult. That's just that kind of player. There are just kind of players that are really good at doing the job. Nothing X factor, nothing spectacular, but just are really consistent at doing the job. So this is great insight from Blogger. Mate, same old with the block. Same old with the famous block. So fit tackle out the halfway point. Dragons didn't make many metres there at all. 30 metres and 5 tackles. And they kicked this ball in behind to Gutho, where Gutho will bring it out of his 5 to the 15. Wonder if their public announcer is going to be, circle jerking all game again. This is Ravalawa is the type of player who can do something amazing and do something like that. Correct. Does it all the time. Oh, jeez. That's a massive hit from... Blake Laurie. Massive hit. And it's a penalty, though. It's a penalty for offside. Not against Laurie, but it's a penalty for offside. Oh, no, it is again. No, it's not. It's against Jacob Little. Jacob Little there of the Dragons. T-Rick and among us is Dragons to win. Would love to see it. Doubt it. Would love to see it. Just, if you're a Rabbitohs fan, you're the biggest Dragons fan that ever existed today, you do not want Parramatta to win this game by 22 points or more. Because then you are in 9th position. But, with that being said, the Rabbitohs do have a bye. They do still have a bye in 2 weeks, I think it is. So, it's not like they'd be too concerned. You'd be concerned with the playing right now. But, great offload there from Jermaine Hopgood. And it'll be Joey Lussey gets the ball to the 15. Second tackle now here for the Eels. Hey, Blaze, where's Blitzy? Oh, no, he's hiding from me after the Titans women's smacked, gave a little bit of a touch-up in the last few minutes to the Sharkies women's. But he should be here, considering the Sharkies got a good win over the Rabbits last night. So first tackle now, 5 metres out. They go Lussick to Junior Bolo. And I know that comment. That comment is basically, Blitzy made himself a target yesterday. He's an idiot. Blitzy made himself a target. Let her side. The debutant taken down. 5 metres out from the line, third tackle. I'll explain why in a second. Third tackle, right hand side, Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown gives it off here to Joe Offahan-Gowie. Needs to be 5 metres out from the line. Forward tackle, they give it out the back of Dylan Brown. Oh, that's a good... Oh, no, Dragons. No, wow, good cover defence, but the winger or centre, whoever came in off the line, that was awful. So fifth tackle here, 9 metres out. Gutho gives it back to Moses. Moses goes short side again. No, Eels. Oh, if they still score, it's... Oh, wow, no. Ben Hunt's there. Good work. Ben Hunt gets out of the 11. It'll be first tackle. Good defense there for the Dragons, to be completely honest with you. Good defense. I can't believe that centre from the Dragons or winger. Who was it? Is Zach Lomax left centre or is he right centre? No, he's right centre, isn't he? Anyway, point matter is, don't ever do that again. Whoever that was in the centre. But yeah, look, Blitzy last night, he made a comment like, everyone in the chat here makes fun of me and laughs at me. And it's like, as soon as you say that, bro, people will deliberately do it. People will deliberately do it. We've seen way harder memes than Blitzy. Ben Hunt gives it out to Dan Russell. And Dan Russell, fit tackle of 30. Not many means been made here by any means. Oh, Jack Bird's playing centre on the left-hand side. Well, there you go. So Ben Hunt there, kicking from inside his 30. At least the ball will slow it down, and although the Eels will be in good field position, it slows it down. Dragons' defence there, outside of that one error from the centre, did pretty well. Memphis says, Hopgood always with those great offloads. I can't wait to see him play for Queensland in the future. Yeah, he's a great talent, man. Really good talent. But when you got Paddy Carrigan as the 13, you got a back row of Dave Fafita and Jeremiah Nanai, who are both young. He's lost the ball. Dragons ball here at the... they say knock on from the Dragons. Okay, so apparently went backwards from Bryce Cartwright. The Dragons knocking on. The harsh thing for Jermaine Hopgood is that he might be looking like a benchy at this point, or maybe even a front row forward. The front row is an open category, I would say. The front row is an open category for Queensland. When you mess up the chat, we don't forget exactly right, Session. It's happened many a time. That's a knock on. That's a loose carry. I don't think is that going to be classed as knock? Wait, what? This is tape touches the ball. I think he's. I think this will be a knock on Dragons. I think this knock on will happen. I think round 17 was the first Broncos by Neil Clarkson. It's going to be inconclusive, and it will be Eels ball. So it will be a knock-on by the Dragons, but they will keep their challenge. It'll be inconclusive. I think that's fair. We know the Dragons will always do something like that again like the last time. Sashin said, that's right. Surely Blitzy doesn't take it too seriously, just having a laugh. Oh, that's the thing, man. Like, with us, like, we know it's all a joke, right? Like, I cop it. Like, I cop it all the time. You guys, cop it if you say something stupid. But it's all good laugh and banter and whatnot. The times when it's not banter is when we time people out. You do need a bit of a thick skin in this channel, though, because obviously we do get pretty hard on the shit talk at times, but just nothing too far. And some people can, some people can't deal with it. I don't know if he sees it seriously or not, but maybe during the game, everyone gets very hot and emotional and whatnot. Right hand side now for the Eels, Dylan Brown. He'll get taken down 20 metres out for the line, third tackle. Don't do it. Left hand side, Joey Lussick gives it off a Hengawi. That was a good pass from Mitch Moses. Fourth tackle, Tim is out at 6 again for sure. No, apparently not. Gutho. Baldman Brigade. Fifth tackle, 5 metres out for the line. They go left hand side, Joey Lussick, Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown at the back now. They give it off. A chance. Oh, he's going to score on debut. Arthur Miller-Stephen for the Eels. Pretty average defence down that right-hand side for the Dragons. And Arthur Miller-Stephen for the Eels on debut will score a try, baby. He will score a try time. This is Parramatta. Hopgo complaining when the forwards. Yeah, I just don't think he'll be able to get into the back row or the 13 anytime soon. So he'd have to get into the front row for Queensland if that was going to be the case. Because he is very good, but in the same sense, you've got Dave Fafita, you've got Jeremiah Nanai, and you've got Paddy Carrigan, in the 11, 12, and 13. So you'd have to think about putting him in the front row. Unless you put him onto the bench, And, yeah, he puts that ball down, baby. Dad says, good day with the Broncos yesterday, won men's and women's. Better day for Titans yesterday because we went top of the table, baby. Oh, boy. We're winning. And the best thing is that I can just say, you know what? You guys might say, well, this ladder's fake. It's not a fake ladder. I'm just mixing the men's with the women's, right? The Titans are there. It's actually fact. I'm not joking. I'm not silly. This is a very serious channel, mate. Very silly channel. Not silly channel. I'm talking about CJ. He's silly. A very serious channel. So Moses now from the left-hand side. Missed that kick pretty badly. So 10 minutes gone in the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe for new around here. 4-0 here to Parramatta. So let's go have a look. Because there's the Tigers game on after this. There is the Tigers women's game. Is that on now, maybe? The Tigers are playing the Raiders. That probably would be on now, actually. I do want to keep up with the date with that score. I would love the Raiders to win because that would mean the Titans would be top of the table in the women's by themselves. Because our points differential compared to the Tigers is not there. 38 plus points differential for the Tigers, 13 for the Titans. All right, I want to go have a look at this draw. Go have a look at the draw. But it will be 4-0 here to Parramatta. All right, and they're going to bring this ball back to the 15. Good run there by Junior Bolo. 12-10 Raiders of the Tigers. Go the Canberra Raiders women. Go girls. Second tackle. Oh, Bryce Cartwright. Huge hit there. Bounced off Little's not having a great game so far. Second tackle of the Eels. They got momentum. They got massive momentum. Dylan Brown left-hand side. Here's cut back underneath. Gets it off to Gutho. Gutho will get crunched down at the 30. On the attacking side, the momentum here from the Eels is insane. 30 metres out. Right-hand side. They give it off to Dylan Brown. Off to Mitchell Moses. Moses now to Bryce Cartwright. Cartwright now to Will Penasini. And he's going to be 13 metres out for the line. Fourth tackle. He'll roll it back. Bryce Cartwright. He's going to go himself here. Bryce Cartwright. Oh, that's too easy. Oh, does he get it? Did he actually get this try? I think they'll check this. They'll call it a try, but I think they will still check this. Because unless... Yeah, I don't know if he gets that, CJ. I don't know. It looked like maybe he put the ball on the line, the sideline. That's a great set from Parramatta, though. That's an unbelievable set. Justin says, Chin Boy can't even make it in the 8. Can't make it in the 8. Very silly. That's somewhat silly. But that was just so easy. Hop good out to Gutho. Gutho and Dylan Brown. A little bit of a poor pass from Gutho, but Brown still grabs it, steps around, gives it back to Gutho, then gets taken down to the 30 or so, where they've just got so much momentum at that point. Bryce Cartwright, 13 metres out. Let's see if he puts this ball down, though. Oh, no, he gets that. No, he definitely gets that. At fast pace, like live, it looked like he might have put the ball on the sideline, but I don't think he does. Yeah, try confirmed. Try confirmed that for the Eels. So it will be 8-0. And let's see how close he got. He got it. He got it pretty clearly in the end. Do the women also get rings after a grand final win? Of course. Brighton says, I never thought Cartwright was NRL quality. He missed that many tackles when he played for Penrith, but since he's come to the Eels, he's been pretty decent. Yeah, well, he was at Penrith, then he went to the Titans and did nothing there. And then, obviously, has gone to the Eels, and it's just been a really welcomed addition. Yeah, he's had a really good season with Parramatta. All right, so Moses now from the right touchline. Missed the first kick. This kick's probably even tougher, and we'll make this one. He will slap this one through, so we'll be 10-0. Parramatta after 13 minutes. Jamie Ferguson says, how about the Warriors, bro? Yeah, you'll take the win for sure. Obviously, struggled to put away a team for 63 minutes with a pretty controversial send-off, but also near core shouldn't have been binned either. But, there are concerns. There are concerns with the Warriors, but you take the win and you go into the finals, and hopefully you can be confident and beat some of the big teams. Like, the Warriors still haven't beaten the Panthers, the Storm, or the Broncos. But overall, and like I would have said Rabbitohs, but I've taken them out of the equation now because obviously the Rabbitohs are struggling pretty significantly. But, good on the Wires. They deserve the win. But with that being said, like you've got to be pretty concerned with the fact that they struggled to put away a team that was down a man for 63 minutes and was 18-18 with 7 minutes to go with pretty much a home crowd. Someone says, was there a reason why Gutho shaved his head? A legit eyesore. I'm not sure. Might be for charity, might not. I'm not too sure. I really don't know. But, look at the Eels right now are killing the Dragons. This could be a big score. Could be a big score. Dad says, Cartwright been good this year? Yeah, he has. All right, so Junior Bolo gets his ball out to the 35. Blake Ellis says, Taylor saying penalty cheating the cat. What a flop. Well, I don't know. I dead set wouldn't know. But realistically speaking, most teams are cheating the cat, mate. Realistically speaking. Left-hand side, I go to Dylan Brown, and he'll be taking out fifth tackle at the 43. Rabbitohs are hella inconsistent even with a full team. Correct. Slabber says Warriors have one finals game and are gone. It's such a hard one, man. It's because we just need. I really wish they played someone good this next 4 weeks. They don't. They have all bottom 8 teams. That's the only issue that I find with them, man, is that I really wish that I had have seen them play a good team in these next 4 weeks so we can get a good read of them, man, because there is still concerns, and I want to believe in the Warriors so much. I really do. I want to believe in them. But the concerns are absolutely valid, and we're not going to have those concerns rectified over the next 4 weeks. And it's going to be, we're going to blindly be seeing the Warriors going to the finals. Realistically, they'll probably come second. I think they'll go above the Broncos. But that's based off of their draw with this next few weeks. I think the Broncos might lose one game here or there, and the Warriors might overtake them. Fifth tackle with the Dragons at 35. And then we're blindly going into the finals thinking, this team in second place. I don't think they're like the Sharks of last year. I do believe they can beat the Broncos in New Zealand for sure. But they didn't when they played a baby Broncos team earlier in the year. And then the second week, obviously, we haven't seen the Warriors in the finals for, 5-6 years now. So, yeah, I definitely am concerned. But overall, I would love to see the Warriors do well, man. I really would. But Warriors fans hate me for saying what I say. But it literally is statistically, it's facts. David Ferguson says, we haven't even peaked, to be honest, man. We don't expect to win it all. But a few things go away, you never know. That's going to be a knock-on for the Eels. A few things go away, you never know, and Hughes came at us with everything that was kind of must win with the Titans. It was always. Yeah, I think you're trying to spin that to make that look like a really, really positive win. It's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I've on the night, I have no qualms with that game. No qualms from my perspective. I'm very, very proud of the effort our boys put in. I think it took a lot of effort. Pretty much, it literally was an away crowd. The Warriors crowd. Down to man for 63 minutes. We've already got no Tino, no Bowie, Firma, no Jimmy Jolliffe. So then losing Mo, that's 4 of our starting forwards out. Maybe Jimmy's off the bench, but overall 3 of our starting forwards out plus 1 of our benchies in the forwards. So and we got up against a big Warriors team that's got some massive hype and did really well. So I don't think you can spin it as a positive, mate. But if you want to not listen to me, that's fine. That's just my opinion. And you want to think that you guys are in a real prime position, that's fair. You do what you want to do, man. But I'm just laying out the concerns, which are valid. Second tackle now, 30 metres out here from the line. 16 minutes into the game here, Dragons go right hand side. Blake Laurie back underneath, and again, I want the Wires to do well. I don't think they win the comp, but I want them to do well this year for sure. Third tackle now, 20 metres out. Right hand side. Dragons here, Ravalawa. Oh, man, he just doesn't understand. He does not understand. You can't keep... Oh, blocker. Oh, blocker. Blocker's just said, oh, he's not intimidated. Miller Stephen, it was a beautiful tackle by Miller Stephen. Dylan Brown made the tackle, lads. I quote Blocker Roach, Miller Stephen, definitely not intimidated about Ravalawa. It was a brilliant tackle. And now I go to me, who tells you that was Dylan Brown who made the tackle, not Miller Stephen. So that's a Blocker Roach special right there. Jamie Ferguson says, where you sit on the table doesn't reflect the side you are. Top 5 on form. On form? I don't know about that. But on paper, I think we have a much better team. Like, I'm very excited about the future, man. Very excited. That game made me so confident in our future. 4 tackle. Oh, no, it's going to be a high tackle from Ravalawa. Oh, he's having he's in shocking form, Ravalawa. The last 3 weeks, 4 weeks have been shocking from Ravalawa. Gives away a penalty, and it will be the Eels' ball, and they'll get inside the attacking half. Yeah, I think we're a much better team for sure. I don't think the table reflects where we are, but with that being said, it is what it is. We've got an interim coach right now, Jimmy Lenihan. I can't wait for Desi Hasler to come in next year. We spoke about this all yesterday, but again, I'm not hating on the Warriors at all. I'm not hating on the Warriors at all. I'm just kind of laying out, a harsh reality that things are still in the balance. Brian says there is still a 4-point gap between the Bronx and the Warriors, plus Bronx have a bye up their sleeve. Warriors going to win every game, Bronx going to lose 2. Oh, fair enough. There you go. Maybe that was my thought process before the Cowboys game yesterday, just in case the Cowboys had snuck that one. And I just skipped it. Oh, lost ball there from Bryce Cartwright. But it says, what were the Warriors like in 2011? They made the grand final against Manly, but the season they had must have been great. Yeah, that was prime SJ Kiz for him. I think Kieran Foran was there as well, yeah. Who else do they have? Simon Mannering. A bit of prime. Manu Vatavai, that's the one. Manu Vatavai. Was Kevin Locke their fullback? Or who was the fullback? I think it was Kevin Locke, wasn't it? Daenerys Targaryen, do you think Jerome Law should have got suspended? Absolutely. He absolutely should have got at least a bin. If we're talking about Mo, it should have been saying, no, Tyrell slide! Slides away, you're at the 40! He's at the 30! If he gets it back on the inside, he's kicking it for himself! Kicks it back in! Oh, it's going to be... Whose ball? Maybe Dragons' ball, 10 minutes out? Yeah, it's going to be... Not played at! Yeah, it's Dragons' ball. Gee whiz. I thought you said not played at there. Tyrell Sloan, great run there. If he kicks that back on the inside, the Dragons are going to play under the post. But he kicked it on himself. And then definitely played at. So here we go. Dragons, 10 metres out. T-Rick Among Us says 2002 Warriors was a great team. Yeah, a bit of Stacey Jones action there. First tackle of the Dragons, 10 metres out. Telltale Moan. A Moan down to Blake. Laurie! Oh my God, he's close. 1 metre out. Half a metre out. Centimetres away. All right, second tackle here. 3 metres out. They go underneath into Mollo. No. 3 metres out, third tackle. 20 minutes to go in the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Jacob Little gives it out the back to Ben Hunt. Hunt now gives it up to Sloan. Sloan across Ravalawa. You better score. Oh no, he's knocked it on. Oh no, he's celebrating, but he's knocked his ball on, man. Nah. I can't deal with this, man. I actually am getting angry. I'm actually getting angry. If this isn't a try and he's celebrated this... Oh, no, he has got it. No, he has got that. He has got... Oh, blocker. I can't deal with you, blocker. You're watching it live. I've gone against what I thought of it live. I've gone against it. Why is blocker still arguing as if this is a no try? Like, originally it looked like a no try, but that's a try. Oh, he's giving me pain though. He is. It's a try. Hands still on the ball. No, that's a try for sure. No, it is a try. I'm just trying to figure out if he's... Yeah, try time. So 10-4 to kick to come. 10-4. Jeez, that was... He's had a... It was close, Pat. It was close. But the Dragons will score here. Blake says Nathan Cleary could have been at the Warriors if Ivan stayed there. Imagine Cleary and Johnson at 6. Oh, that would have been brilliant. But Johnson's not that play anymore, though. Like, Johnson's more about the experience. He's not about the pace anymore. It's not about the footwork in that sense. It's about the experience and the decision-making and the gameplay maneuvers rather than the elusiveness, the pace, and the, just kind of... It was really quirky back in 2011, actually. Really quirky, and it was brilliant. That's exactly what got them to the grand final. Got them to the grand final. Kevin Locke was Warriors fullback 2011. Yes, I was right. Yeah. There was also Madalino in the team as well. Was it Benny Madalino? Turn to Ivan Cleary as fullback. That was a lethal Warriors team. Was that Roosters they lost to in the grand final? Was it Roosters? Yeah, I think so. All right, so Taxman! The Taxman! You can get him when I'm not there. There we go. So it is 10-60. The Dragons helping the Rabbitohs out a little bit there. So as Ben says, Blocker has accommodated 4 games this week. That's one half. He better pay for my counselling. Mate, I've needed counselling for a very long time due to Blocker Roach. Very long time. Oh, boy. Well, Ravalawa gets that one. Like, at least he did celebrate, and he was confident. And so I've seen that mean Tom before, man, and he's had a horrid game so far, so he needed that one. But Gilmar something now says, yes, what a kick, he's improved. Yeah, you wait till I deal with him next year, baby. We'll see. It's 1-0 to me, so even if he won that one next year, it'll be 1-1. So I can't lose yet. I've got to wait 2 games until I can lose to the Taxman. That's if he even wins. I could go 2-0. We knew that before they even went to the bunker. No, we didn't know that before we went to the bunker. I genuinely thought he knocked that ball on before they went to the bunker. So I'll be 4 tackled here for the Dragons and get his ball to the 30. Brighton says Johnson's 5th tackle option this year has been spot on. Yeah, he's been great. Oh, that's a great run from Jacob Little here. He gets ball out at the 45, he 5th tackle. Considering all the momentum the Eels had, they really thrown it away a lot. When they went up 10-0, you thought they were going to go on with a massive job, but the Dragons have found a way to get back into the game. And they're only down by 4 points right now. Oh no, the bounce in for the Dragons is brilliant. The Eels get this ball to 1. And the Dragons can try and utilise a bit of momentum right now themselves. What says, who wins the grand final first? Eels or Warriors? I have no faith in either. It's a good question. I would say that you'd have to look at the Warriors right now. I still think the Eels will need to go through a complete change of scenery. The Warriors have got a limited time frame with the fact that Shawnee J is not getting any younger. They just got to hope that their next 7 coming through is brilliant. And their fans will say, obviously, we've got great talent coming through. It's like every team says that. But I'd say the Warriors. But it's just right this very second, their window is this year and next year as we currently speak due to Sean Johnson. And they've got to hope that Shawnee J can keep on cracking on next year. So yeah, since Ben Madalena was on interchange, I believe it was 18th man, but I'm not sure if that was effective then in 2011 was. So there you go. So Phil says he's streaming Matilda's tomorrow night. Probably not, mate. That's when the vlog comes out. We'll see. I might do it. But I kind of want to... I need a rest. I do need a rest after the last couple of weeks. So right answer, especially we've got to go to Cronulla on Friday as well. 3rd tackle now at 30. Might be SJ's last year next year. Absolutely, Sashin. Yeah, that's why, there's a limited time frame unless we can see that next 7 really having that same impact. So 4th tackle now at the 40. If you're the Eels, would you look for a superstar fullback or stick with Gutho? 5th tackle here at the 45. I don't think Gutho's bad, man. I think that their issue right now is they've lost their hooker. I think they're like the Broncos in a way. They've still got a good team on paper, the Eels. That's going to bounce here again on great bounce of the Dragons. And Miller Stevens going to bring this one back out to the 20, 1st tackle. The Eels are lacking a hooker. They've still got great players like Brown, Moses, Gutho, Micah Sivo when fit and healthy. Jermaine Hopgood. That's a knock on. Yep, knock on Eels. Knock on Eels, the 28. All right, Dragons opportunity here. 28 metres out. Will Pansing is a good player. You know, you got Bailey Simonson having a career year. Regan Campbell-Gillard, Junior Bolo, Jermaine Hopgood. They just need that hooker, like the Broncos do. But unfortunately, they don't have it. And they've gone with, what? Is it Freddie or Joey? Is it Freddie or Joey Lussick? Hold on. I think it's Joey Lussick, isn't it? It is Joey Lussick. Freddie Lussick, who did he play for? That was a few years ago now. Parramatta go for top one hooker in the comp. Thank you, Daz, mate. Not top one hooker, but a hooker. He did get a hooker. Reid May's actually been having a pretty poor year. I know he makes a lot of tackles, but he's been having a pretty poor year. But I guess that's a team reflection, not an individual reflection. Right-hand side, 50-50 actually. Second tackle, 15 minutes out for the line. 15 minutes to go here the first half. Free play for the Roosters. Oh, there you go. Off to Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt gets up to Amon. Amon at the back here, Tyrell Sloan. Sloan gives it off here. And Jack Bird pushes off one, pushes off two. Still going. It'll be 3 minutes out for the line. Third tackle. Oh, 6 again here for the Dragons. Yeah, it deserved it too. It was definitely 6 again. Arguably a penalty. They're still holding on to him. Right-hand side, they go to Laurie. Laurie goes himself here. Oh, Jermaine Hopgood had to hold on for dear life. There'll be 3 minutes out from the line now. First tackle. Dragons' momentum right now is so strong considering what the Eels had before. Dragons at Ravalawa. Ravalawa! He's turned the game around. Ravalawa. Jeez, he's had 4 poor weeks in a row, but he's turned it around in the last few minutes. Ravalawa's redemption arc is insane, says, yeah? He's killing it. He's killing it now. He's got a couple of tries, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go down the rookie side. They're going to go down the debutant side. Miller Stevens got the early couple of chocolates, but since then, Ravalawa's just killed him. I know that was obviously Dylan Brown there, but the fact of the matter is that Miller Stevens off his line. It's what you're going to do, man. It's what you're going to do. So right now, Dragons have a chance to take the lead. Have a chance to make it 12-10. Lucas's game we're turning on. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's 10-10 with a kick to come with the Dragons. The Eels were up 10-0. Dragons have come back to 10-10 with a kick to come. Dragons, if they win this game, they avoid the spoon. Basically confirm the fate of the Tigers. Eels, obviously, if they win, they have to win by 22 or more to go into the 8. They're up by 10, looking dominant, and then fell apart. All right. Taxman. Taxman, Taxman. Go the Taxman. Can he get a kick from the sideline? Taxman, Taxman, go the Taxman. Can he get a kick from the sideline today? Here we go. Come on, Taxman. Come on, Taxman. From the wing. Get some practice in for Seabus next year, sunshine. Oh! No, Taxi Man. No. Well, he does need that practice at it next year. No, Taxman, no, Taxman, no, Taxman, no. Give me something else. See what happens when you don't flick past Lomax. Yeah, it was a nice little tap on. Runs couldn't handle the pressure. He knew I was singing about him on YouTube. That's what he did. Because I do know he still keeps in touch. I do know it. 12.5 minutes to go in the first half. Sergeant Kelton says, no clutch bone in that bloke's body. He shakes it when they take the lead. When they could take the lead. Yeah. Obviously got the last kick, but that one was not great. So 12 minutes and 20 seconds to go here the first half. The Eels kick it off to the Dragons. It'll be Finai gets this ball off to Blake Laurie, who'll bring it out to the 15. Well, at least we've got a good game on our hands. At least we've got a close game on our hands, and it's the underdog giving a good little tester here to an Eels team that needs to win. Offa Hengawi comes off here for Davey. Brian says the Titans frontline drum still horn him even to this day, mate. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea, actually. Tackle 28 metres out from their own line. Jacob Little goes right inside of Ben Hunt. Hunt here off to Ravalawa. Jeez, he's turned on since his early mistakes. Musgrove comes off here for Murdoch Masilla. Forward tackle now for the Dragons. They go left-hand side off to... Is that Moller? I can't even see. Yeah, Michael Moller. Lomax is on the bed after choking against the Titans, it seems. All right, so the Eels now, 5 minutes out from their own line. They need to try and turn this momentum around. Can't be doing another knock-on 28 minutes out from their own line. Even if we lose, I'm happy we're giving it a go. Yeah, exactly right. It's like me on Friday. You know, like me on Friday with the Titans and Warriors. I was very impressed with our boys. Very impressed with that performance. Next year, that could actually be the table with Titans number 1. Malcolm, we are number 1. I've mixed the men's comp with the women's comp. Actually, I do want to, quickly go have a check here of that Raiders-Tigers score. It's 12-12 at half time. Come on, the Raiders. Go the Raiders and the women's. If they beat the Tigers, Titans are guaranteed top of the table this weekend. On our own. Fit tackle now for the Eels at the halfway point. 10 minutes to go here in the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And it's going to be a penalty here for the Eels. No? Oh, Ziggy, mate. You got to be calling that one a penalty, champion. You've got this one. All right, so first tackle now for the Dragons. They go right-hand side to Jack Bird. And Bird's going to get this ball out to the 33, second tackle. Jeez, this will scare the shit out of Eels fans, this. It really will. They've had such a prime opportunity, penalty Dragons. They've got such a prime opportunity to get into the 8 with a Rabbitohs loss. And they're putting this up on offer. Gee whiz. Especially with Dylan Brown coming back into the team. You know, you would have expected them to really turn it up. But apparently not. So the Dragons now going to be 35 minutes out from the Eels line after that penalty. They were down 10-0. They were down 10-0, lads. Gee whiz. All right, Blake Laurie now gets sport of the 30. Maybe the Dragons are winning because I'm wearing a Chicago Bulls red hat. Red for the Dragons. Left-hand side, Ben Hunt. And it'll be Murdo Basila, 23 minutes out from the line. Second tackle in for the Dragons. Jacob Little, his last 10 minutes possession, 79% to the Dragons. Right hand side again, they're going to give it off to Dan Russell. He'll be 15 minutes out from the line. 15 minutes out. Jacob Little goes back to the left-hand side to Muller. They're setting up a right side brigade again. They are setting up a right side attack again. You watch. They'll go left here and then they'll go right to the right. They'll just go straight out to that wing to Ravalawa. All right, 1 meter out even the line. Fit tackle, guaranteed. Guaranteed right. Wow, they go left. They've been killing the right all day, but they go left. There's going to be obstruction. There's going to be obstruction. No. Be try the Dragons. There'll be obstruction. There's going to be no try here, lads. I saw that in my own eyes. I would have called that no try live. I think Ziggy should have called that no try live. It also says the Eels, mate, what do you expect? It's a good point. Well, I said this is a very Parramatta-y thing to do if they lose. But Dan Russell is going to run straight into the play here. Right into Mitch Moses. Yeah. Yep. So that will be a no try here. Actually, that's not... that's Couchman. That's not Dan Russell. No, sorry. Billy Burns. That's Billy Burns, not... Dan Russell, but it will be no try there. Call that one so easily live. Bro, Moses milked that. He did, but in the same sense, smart players know how to milk those, and it wasn't obstruction. You know, it's not like it wasn't true. It wasn't obstruction. Lebanon says, is Wonga Blake still on the lineup? No. Blake's a good eye. Well, you know, you kind of get a good eye when you watch as much games as we do. Lucas says, wish NRL updated obstruction rules and use common sense. Yeah, but then you're doing, like, you're putting perspective into it. And as soon as you put perspective into it, it makes it even more controversial. You know, they've got it as a black and white. If there's a player obstructed, it's no try. And that's a lot more simpler than, I believe he wouldn't have got there. Because then people are going to be like, oh, I reckon he would have. You know, it just creates too much diversity. I know too well Adam Reynolds pulls them out once a week. Absolutely. Oh, they'll be taking down now Andrew David to 40. Jeez, Taxman just absolutely annihilated him on his back. Deary me. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. Taxman, you're a Muppet. You are a Muppet. Well, we did know that, though, to be fair. We already did know that. I'm not going to lie. Alrighty. So 7 minutes 41 to go here of the first half. And it'll be a penalty to the Eels. A little bit too far out, though, for a two-pointer. Taxman, be careful with that one, man. That's a body slam. Cannot body slam. Says, I reckon that's close to a bin, to be honest. Like, if it goes to a bin, the game is really getting out of hand. And they're going to bin him. You watch. They're going to bin him. They're going to beat him here. You know why? Because of the injury. Well, they're not going to bin that one. If they want to be consistent, is my point. Well, if they want to be consistent, they'd be a bin. Well, they haven't even given it anything besides a penalty. Blake says, with Storm having to let Olam go, maybe Eels can make a play for him. Apparently, he had a massive hit in the Sunshine Coast game yesterday. Does anyone know how the little Mulliman puppy went in the Sunshine Coast Falcons game? I haven't had a look. Did Puppy have a good, return from injury? That's a good question. Where will Olam go? Yeah, but like the Eels have got Pansini and Simonson who are both playing well. Aldrin Yabolo here. He'll be 11 metres out of the line, second tackle. Also, if you hear that crowd right now, that's not the crowd. That's actually about 25% crowd, 75% of the stadium speakers. So Moses taking down 14 metres out of the line, third tackle. You got a try assist and a try. I got a try. I love that. Jermaine Upgood. I can't wait to see him back out there. So fourth tackle now. They're 8 metres out from the line. It's going to be Joey Lussick right inside to Moses. Moses and Bryce Cartwright. Cartwright 4 metres out from the line. 4 metres out from the line. They go left hand to Moses. I don't know if that's played out, but it's going to be Dragons ball anyway. It's going to be Dragons ball. Their defense has been good, man. Their defense has been solid, man. I'm telling you, Dragons have not been a slouch, have they? Max Watson said you got Raiders for next game or a sneaky Tigers dub. Oh, I think the Tigers can be up for it. They gave it a good crack against the Rabbits last week. I think the Raiders need to prove something, though. They have not won a game this year at 13 plus at any stage, so I think they do need to really go out there. But I do feel like the Tigers could be on for a sneaky, little upset. Look at the Dragons right now. I gave the Tigers more chance of beating the Raiders than the Dragons beating the Eels. Oh, 6 again here for the Dragons in the 45. Got a Blake Laurie. He's just going to pump this one up into the 45 of the Eels side. 5 minutes to go here of the first half. Dragons, you'd argue, have been the better team in the first half. They have been. Their defense has been solid. They were down 10-0. They came back. Romper stomp it. And I'm telling you, the Dragons have been the better team in the first half. Right inside, they give it off here to Amon. Amon gets an offload away to Ben Hunt. They've got some space here. If they had got the ball away. He does get the ball away to Tyrell Sloan. Sloan here. Sloan's away! Sloan's away! Sloan! It will take it down to the 10. Oh, that's a penalty if he goes out. He should just throw himself over the sideline there. It'll be third tackle now. 10 metres out from the line. They give it off to Hunt. Hunt now gives it off to Amon. Amon gives it off to Mollison, is it? I'm not sure. No, Couchman. Couchman comes on for Mollo. All right, left-hand side to Amon. It's fourth tackle. Amon. 3 metres out from the line now. Fifth tackle because the Dragons at the lead just before half-time. They'll go left-hand side to Ben Hunt. No, I think he's knocked that ball on. It'll be Eels ball at 10. At the 5, sorry. Broncos edit says, I'm going to go Eels 22-16 for the full-time score. It'd be great to see. It'd be great to see a real close game like that. Cat Bros is raising the kind of team I'm really annoyed that will make the 8. Yes, they've won games, but man, they've not been pretty ones, plus losing the games they should have. Kroger's 300th, yeah, and controversial winning the one against the Titans with the David Finn no try. But you're right, Cat Brody. They have, they've gotten through this year and slugged their way through the year, but they're not going to slug their way through the finals. And if they don't start getting into a bit of form now, they'll be a one and done. They'll just be done. Oh, jeez. And Lomax is going to get Dylan Brown and put him to the ground. Jeez, Lomax is playing dirty, man. Lomax is really playing dirty, man. Fit tackle here. Ryan Maddo taken down to the 35. Brian says, Puppy going to try this and nail a couple of sideline goal kicks. We'll play again for Sunny Coast next week. Lovely. Lovely. All right. Actually, Burley played today. I wonder, they're playing, I think, Win and Manly. That's a big game. Second versus third. If Burley win, they probably come second. If Win and win, they probably come second. Second tackle here at the 42. The Dragons are all over the Eels right now, man. It's not even a competition at this point. Like, the Dragons, despite not scoring more, it's 10-10. Dragons have been much better, man. Dragons have been much better. And the Dragons now, they'll get this ball to the 40. It'll be fourth tackle. Oh, this is Ryan Couchman, by the way, not Toby Couchman. So he's on NRL debut as well. So a couple of debutants in this game. You do see that towards the end part of the season, obviously, with teams not playing for a great deal. All right, left-hand side, they give it on to Ben Hunt. Fit tackle. That's played out there by the Eels. And it's going to be, it's going to be Dragons ball. And that's out in the full there from Cartwright as well. So it will be a 6 again for the Dragons. Broncos editors Knights were about 10 of the Raiders. We saw that, didn't we? We saw that. But yeah, definitely played it there by Cartwright, but it does go directly over to the sideline. So Dragons here, 30 metres out. Tackling opposition half, 30 times here for the Dragons, 23 for the Eels. Picture Taxman Simba in second half. Well, the way he's going at it, could be in the next 2 minutes. But no, second half is probably a good shout there. So second tackle here, 15 metres out from the line. They go left-hand side off to Ben Hunt. Hunt now, a bit all over the shop, and it'll be Taxman. He'll get this ball 10 metres out from the line, third tackle. I just had that feeling Eels taking the second half overall. Well, it's not really a feeling. It's like you're back in the favourite there. Dragons here. They're going to push to about 4-3. Close, fourth tackle. Taxman playing dummy half. He'll go right-hand side to Amon. Amon to Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt over the top here to Ravalawa. There might be an obstruction on the inside, but there's going to be a hat trick here for Ravalawa. They may check an obstruction well on the inside, but it could be okay here. Ravalawa for the hat trick. Bing bang, thanks for coming. Man, that Eels debutant winger keeps coming off his line. Absolutely, that's why they've been targeting him. Ravalawa had a shocking first 20 minutes, but has killed this last 20. He's got a hat trick in his first half after having an absolutely awful first 20 minutes. Let's have a look here. Nah, it's fine. Nah, it's fine. I did see the collision, but it's fine. It's a confirmed try, so it should be a confirmed try. So 14-10 of the Dragons, 50 seconds to go in the first half. Eels, they're in shambles. Eels are in shambles. What happened now, Parramatta? Man, that Eels debutant winger. Great ball hunt, yeah. Jack says, no. I'm getting deja vu that Eels losing to a bottom 4 team. I did say before the stream started, it's a very Parramatta-y thing to do to lose this game. Do I think they lose this game? I don't know. They can come back in the second half. It's only going to be a 4 or 6 point game. But we've got the Taxman kicking for the sideline now. Yeah, this guy turned his first 20 round real quick, yeah. It was an awful first 20, but then it's just gotten a hat-trick. T-Ricky says, Woodard, we the Warriors fans don't need your faith. The only faith you should have is for your husband. Okay, T-Ricky, we don't need to be that deep about it, eh? We don't need to get that deep, man. Like, just... Why so deep? Why so deep? All right, so the halftime siren's about to go here. Taxman! Here we go. Can he get it from the sideline? Can he make it 2 from 3? He will. Taxman! He's got it. He's got it. 16-10. The Taxman goes slap. He goes slap. So we'll be 16 points to 10. Dragons were down 10-0, but have come rocking it back, and they have been the better team in the first half. They're really killing that right side, that debutant. He did score a first half, the first try of the game, Arthur Miller-Stevens for the Eels, but defensively, he's been all over the shop here today against Ravalawa and Lomax, and yeah, they're really targeting him. So yeah, 16-10 here at halftime of the Dragons. Obviously, guys, smack that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. I think I might go fill my bottle of water up, to be honest with you. I think I might go fill a nice little cheeky bottle of water up here to get me through this next half. But at least it's a great game, mate. This is a fun game here, man. This is a fun game. So, yeah, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe. Wait here for a couple of moments, and I'll be back for the rest of the half time, the second half. Get around it. Tagman! Big bong of water. ask for much bigger of a water than this. Cannot ask for much bigger of a water. Alright. I am unmuted. Yes. Broncos says, who do you think can challenge Penrith? No one. I really don't know at this point, man. I think the closest team would probably be the Broncos. But I still think they're a little ways away. And yesterday provided a little bit more hiccup feelings with the fact that they still are the same team that just like to score off every single play and make a lot of mistakes from that. But I would say that they're probably the closest team from giving them a solid crack right now. Probably followed by the Storm. And then I would say the Warriors. If the Sharks can play like they did last night, like everyone keeps looking at the Rabbitohs, but the Sharkies were great last night. The Sharkies looked really good. So I would say that if like the Sharks would probably be at 5th. Who would I put at 6th in regards to, next in regards to challenging Penrith? Ooh, you'd probably have to say the Rabbitohs and the Knights. Oh no, the Knights are still a little bit away for me. It says the tax must be on drugs. The tax man I know would miss a kick from in front, but he's got 2 from the sideline. He has, but he also missed one. He also did miss one. Jack says, if you remember Rabbits being wooden spoons in the early 2000s for 4 or 5 years straight, I think, do you see Tigers in a similar situation given where their club is going? Yes, I do see them in a very similar position for a while now. They aren't, looking at positions of necessity. They've looked at positions of want, just exactly what the Bulldogs have done as well. They haven't looked at positions of necessity, just of want, and that's exactly why they kind of failed this year. Well, they did fail this year, and the Tigers are the exact same. They went out and bought, besides Apisai-Koroisau, who was a need, they didn't go out and buy a half. They have Luke Brooks and Hastings, and actually let go of Hastings. They didn't really fix their half situation. They didn't fix their fullback situation, and Dream Buller has obviously come in and had a good couple of games. Hasn't really been getting anything going since though. The Tigers are in a pretty precarious situation where I don't necessarily believe in their direction, and I don't think that they're being handled appropriately. I think that whilst they've got Pascoe and Hadji Pantelis in charge, they're not going to be going anywhere, regardless of Benji, Tim Sheens. I think Tim Sheens is a bit of a facade right now. People don't recognise that his way of going has been there for a few years now. But they're relying upon history of 20 years ago to say that they're still he's still a good coach. He's still a good person for the job, and I don't necessarily believe that. I don't think they're doing the job. And Benji is obviously young, but who's to say that he's going to be any good? He's come in and he's obviously the assistant. He's learning the tricks of the trade. But with that being said, who's to say? They're promising an unknown. They are literally promising an unknown. So yeah, I think the Tigers are in a very, very scary predicament where it could not fix in the next few years either. And I don't see them on an upward trajectory yet, by any means. Not yet, anyway. Broncos there says, I reckon Tigers will win it again in 24. It's potential. There's definitely potential for it. Broncos edit says, if Dragons win today, I think Tigers have definitely won the wooden spoon unless they win tonight. Yeah, I said that before as well. I would guarantee it nearly, actually. I would say that, yeah, I think that the Tigers have won the spoon if the Dragons do win this game. But at least this is a good game, but, at least this is, right now, this is a cracker game. And that's all we wanted, man. That's all we wanted. We wanted to see a good game, regardless of what's... actually, I'm going to get the split view up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split view up so that I can see this Tigers and Raiders women's game, so that I can see that. But I won't commentate it by any means. Otherwise, Brighton will get angry at us. We don't want Brighton angry, man. We don't want Brighton angry. We have a drink of water, but 68% voted the Eels. What if they're still thinking the same thing? I should probably mute that. Oh, Jay. Well, there you go. Jay slapped him by a shit talker. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to get one past Sir Jay. You got to get up pretty early in the morning. That commentary yesterday was confusing. Yeah, well, Lucas, you know what? It is what it is, mate. It is what it is. That's funny, though. Jay goes for 5 minutes. You've got someone in who's a shit talker elsewhere. Comes back and just slaps him. I think I can hear the Eels fans boo in the background. Yeah, more than likely, man. More than likely, dude. It's what they do. It's what they're known for. It is what they're known for, mate. Ooh, 12-12. Come on, Raiders, man. Oh, no, I don't. I want split view. Driving places coming to Dragons. Yeah, oh, that's right. Jake Paul and Diaz on the day. When's that start? When's that actual fight on? Let's put that over there so I can see that. Open it up like this. Open it up like this. All right, there we go. Oh, Fraser's so close as well. But yeah, Eels fans, they love a good boo, mate. They love a good old boo. Don't forget, guys, as well, right after this, we do have the Raiders and the Tigers. Hey, Raiders scored! Let's go. Raiders women scored. Come on. That benefits the Titans. We like it. We like it. We like it. We like it. Brooks wants Jake's fighting now. Oh, who's winning? Who is winning? Actually, we'll get like a commentary. Jake Paul, Nate Diaz. Commentary. See what's going on. Live results and analysis. I do think, like, Nate looks old, man. Like, Nate just simply does look old. And he's also not he's not a boxer. Big pressure from Paul. Big left hook, a hard right hand. He hurt Diaz a bit and was not a good round by any stretch for the MMA legend. Better round for Diaz. He got in close and was effective from landing some combos. Paul had a nice uppercut and right hand. Diaz countered the left hook. Better round and Diaz is in the fight. Paul landed the hardest shots though. Paul 10-9, so Paul 20-18 in round 2. Round 3, Diaz is not pretty, but he's making Paul work for this. Paul still landed the hardest shots, good left hook and a big right hand, but Diaz is the one pressuring, making it dirty and ugly. That's what he needs to do and hope Paul tires. He won that 10-9. Round 4, big Diaz round. Paul might be a bit tired. Diaz is making an ugly dogfight. He landed some nice combos and even snapped Paul's head back with the left. This is a weird fight, but Diaz is doing better now than it seemed he would in the first. Diaz 10-9, so he's down 39-37. Round 5, Jay Paul knocks Diaz down. So that'll be a 2-point round. Paul dropped Diaz with a big left hand to the forehead. Diaz went reeling. Diaz looked wobbly at first, but then came forward the rest of the round. Still a big Paul round after it looked like Diaz was taking control. Paul 10-8, 49-45. Round 6. This might sound blasphemous, but I could watch Paul Diaz all night. It's a great theory at the very least, along with an entertaining fight. Nate Diaz is in the same mindset as Heather Hardy. Take as much as you want to throw me all night long. Relatively uneventful round in what has been an eventful fight. Paul landed good combos early. Then Diaz came on with some nice dirty boxing. Tough one to score. We'll go Diaz for the volume. Diaz 10-9. Round 7. They're saying Jake Paul won that one as well. Alright, so basically it looks like Paul's winning the fight. He's winning the fight, but anything can happen still. If you're just tuning in, guys, I was just looking at some, the live updates of that Paul Diaz fight, but overall it's halftime. Sergeant Kelvin says Jay dropped Diaz from what I've heard. Brocky Sports Jay's fighting pretty well. Well, he's gone up against an old MMA fighter, dude. What do you expect? Drake put 250k on Diaz to win. Yeah, but I think Drake does it deliberately at this point. Noah, you asked us, I need Dragons to win so the Eels don't jump over the Cows in the ladder. Yeah, you do. You do. Cows are in a bit of a weird situation right now, man. Like, with no Val, they're in danger because they've got no kicker. Like, Chad Townsend is just simply not a conversion kicker. We saw that yesterday for the Cows, man. Worrying signs there, man. Like, truly, worrying signs. Because they have no kicker until finals. And, you go and have a look at this draw here for the Cows. Let's go have a look. You go have a look at the Cowboys draw. And I don't think it's pretty. I don't think it's that pretty. They've got... they've got the bye next week, which is good. But then they've got the Sharks, the Dolphins, and the Panthers. So it is not a pretty final 3 rounds, especially if the Dolphins can play like they did yesterday against the Knights. And they'll be at home this time, not in Perth. Guys, McMouth says, when you have that much money to bet, why not spend $250k on a bet? $250k, mate, that is, that's chump change. That's chump change. Like, also, I think for Drake it is. Like, truly. Like, for Drake it's probably like, $100. Like, Bossy, I think Nate should hang up the gloves with a champion fight at prime time. Yeah, but the thing is, though, he lost a lot of fights too. He did. Like, he did lose a lot of fights, but he's just such a vibe fighter. He's such a vibe fighter. Raiders here. Go the women Raiders. Go the women Raiders. Please win. Big game for the Titans next week, actually, against the Knights in Newcastle. Big game. But either way, like, I know the Titans are like one of the primo, if not the primo team of the comp right now. Or they are the primo team of the comp right now, but I'm talking about like for the... Oh, Raiders! Let's go, women! Go the women Raiders! Come on, the Titans women, top of the table. Oh, 250k is nothing to slap up, Mitchell says. Yeah. 250k, nothing to slap up. Get around him. You want something else for Drake? It's like loose change in his pocket. I wouldn't say it's loose change. I'd say it's like $100 to him. 250k, like he is, maybe like 150, 200. Like it's still a chunk. But with that being said, like he bets like $1 million sometimes, $2 million. It's like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made like 100 mil off that McGregor fight, like 100 mil off that one fight. So and then he's got businesses and all that type of stuff. So obviously minus tax, but overall, you know, these guys that's like $100 kind of deal. I did watch the Cats versus Port match last night after the Sharkies Rabbitohs game finished. Chilled out, watched that. Nate was the definition of the take 4, throw 5 fighter. Yeah, exactly right. Nate is just a vibes fighter, man. Truly, he's just a vibes fighter. Okay, how's it going? Round 7. Diaz is back in the fight for sure. Paul had some good left. They still gave that round to Paul. So they're giving the fight right now. It says 77-74 Paul in round 8. So if the about saying 8 rounds would have ended here, this is why Diaz wanted it longer. Okay, he has great cardio. Diaz came to life in the round, backed by the ground. His pressure and volume is getting to the Paul, but it might be too late. 77-74, 4 rounds to go. If Diaz can keep on cracking on here, it might be interesting. Justin Barton says, brother, when do you see the Eels finishing the table? I don't see them in the 8. I think they'll probably be 9th or 10th at this point. 9th or 10th, because right now, even if they win this game, it's concerning because they won't go into the 8. They're not going to win by 22 points. They're down by 6. They would have to turn this game around in the second half by 28 points to go into the 8 today. So, yeah, I would say that I'd be looking at 9th, 10th or something like that for the end of the season. Considering that their draw for the end of the season is awful. They have an awful draw to finish off this season. Besides the bye, they've got Broncos, Roosters, Panthers, and then the bye. Like, that's an awful finish. And Broncos is at Suncorp, Roosters is at CommBank, and then Panthers is at Penrith. So they have an awful draw. All right, the Dragons are out in the field now. Eels also out in the field. Obviously, guys, like the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Get around it. I know, AJ. We're cheering them on. I'm watching the Raiders women's versus the Tigers right now. Hey! Shing! 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 Get around it, baby. Get around it. Alrighty. So 16-10 here, going to the second half. Logan Warsack says, last 4 rounds when Diaz usually strikes back with the KD. Yeah. See you later. With the knockout, sorry. I had to assume. And I went with the D, not the O. And because that stupid love heart on YouTube. Stupid. Scored the last try with the Dragons. I didn't get to see it. I think Ravalawa for his hat trick, wasn't it? I think it was Ravalawa. Alrighty, one sec. Here we go. Can the Eels stay in the fight? Yeah, to be fair, Ravalawa could have had 5 tries. He really could have. But he made a couple of mistakes. Alrighty, now, so it will be the Dragons who start off with the ball and they'll get this ball out to the 10. They had massive momentum in that last 20. Can they go on with it here? Do you guys think the Dragons win this game? Like, legitimately, do you think the Dragons win this game? Or do you think the Eels find a way to, prove their $1.10 favoritism odds and get the dub? Gee whiz. This would be so... Yeah, I agree with Blocker for once. Like, it might have been the worst thing to happen to him in that half-time belt. Marianne Solomon says, a Rabbits fan, please, Dragons. Well, yeah, but in the same sense, the Eels would need to win by 22 points to go above you, the Rabbitohs. So it's not really that scary of a predicament here for the Rabbitohs right now. If the Eels win by 2, the Rabbitohs are still above them. They have to win by 22 points. That's a 28-point swing in the second half, which isn't happening. It looked like it could at one stage, though. Dragons with a nice little tricky bit of footwork. And Tyrell Sloan's kick into the corner will be brought back by Sean Russell. I haven't seen much at all today. Eels were up 10-0. They were up 10-0. It was looking dodgy for the Rabbitohs, but Dragons came rocking them back. Like I said, surely Eels win with so much on the line. Yeah, but it's Parramatta, man. Like it's the most Parramatta thing in the history of Parramatta to lose this game. Like, I've never seen a more Parramatta-y kind of game than a Parramatta game against the Dragons when the Dragons were in 16th with nowhere to go. They literally will not move from 16th this season. The Dragons will not. They're still 4 points behind the Dogs regardless of this because the Dogs have the bye this week. Dragons will make close parallel scrape probably. Up to St George. Well, I was born in Cogra, so there you go. Go the Drags. Go the Drags. I don't really mind. This game means nothing to my team, really. I guess it means that we could still jump above the Eels if, if we're patient. Titans men and women both on top of the table. Exactly right, Jack. Exactly right. See, Jack's thinking. Jack's got a bit of thinking going here. So Dragons ball at 10. The most paramount thing to do is not win a premiership. No, the most paramount thing to do is promise a lot and deliver a little. And right now they're promising a lot and delivering a little. Man, didn't think the Eels left side was that bad defensively. Yeah, but you've got to remember as well, though, with the Eels left side, that they've got a debutant on today in Arthur Miller-Stephen, who scored the opening try of the game, but defensively has come off his line massively. And again, he's on debut. Yeah. Ken Ray Women's doing well. Beautiful. 4th tackle here for the Dragons at the 35. It's a great intercept in that game. 4th tackle now. And a penalty to him. Get around him. And 10 to the bin for the Tigers women. Gee whiz. Blake Laurie gives up the... it's a huge run there by Couch when he gets his ball to the 45 on the Eels side of the field. 5th tackle. Eels versus Tigers game last year was very Parramatta-y. Exactly right. Exactly right. Oh, Taxman went up for it. Gutho's away. Gutho got taken back by Ben Hunt, but that was a good run there by Gutho. If you think you're stupid, just remember Wonga Blake is on 650k. Well, that means that Wonga Blake is smart / his manager. It means Wonga Blake is smart plus his manager. All right, Eels now. They'll get this ball out to the 50. Be 3rd tackle. Someone says that's true, but even Dylan Brown's defense is rusty. But Burring has been out for a few months. Yeah, of course he's going to be rusty. Of course he is. All right, if they finish this here, then I'll just get that game off. All right, let's go, baby. I'll exit split view now, and I'll just go back to this Eels Dragons game because the Rays women just scored. So the Titans are officially number 1 on the table. The women's, let's go. Right side, Mitchell Moses, 15 metres out. Mitchell Moses underneath. Is that going to be knock on Dragons or not? No, it's just going to be Dragons ball at the 15. Top of the table, baby. Top of the table. 2nd tackle now with the Dragons at the 30. Now you won't be confused anymore because I've turned that game off. So Jacob Little will get this ball out to the 40. 3rd tackle. So right-hand side off to Ben Hunt. Hunt now to Murdo Basilla. It'll be 45 metres out, 4th tackle. Mitchell says, Patil Vetter-Walsh was a big loss for the Tigers women's team. Absolutely. Well, the Raiders are giving a bit of a touch-up now. Titans are on their own at the top of the table, the women's. On their own at 6 points. Undefeated, 3 from 3. Take on the Knights next week in Newcastle, but tell you what, we've got a really good opportunity there. Go 4 from 4. And it's going to be Arthur Miller-Stevens who brings his ball back out to the 20, the debutant. Brings it out to the 20. I can't believe there's already been 5 minutes in the second half. It's felt like a minute. Panasini out to the 30, 2nd tackle. Main thing is, regardless of whoever wins or loses this game, we've got a close game. And we've got the underdog, major underdog, giving it to the team that was a major favourite in this game. 3rd tackle now at the 44. Mitchell Moses. He'll go left-hand side off to Gutho. I listen to the boos, man. Shut up, Parramatta fans. Shut up. How do you even enjoy a game at Combank Stadium with you guys booing? 24-7, Junior Bolo! Oh, not following him up. But that was a good run, but good holdback from Dan Russell too. Otherwise, Bolo was away. Left-hand side to Dylan Brown. Brown goes himself. He gives it off here. Left-hand side. Russell! Maybe. I don't think so. I think he's not confident here. He's not confident. They're going to say no try and they're going to go and check. They're going to go and check. I'll check it, but I'm pretty certain he's out here. Or lost the ball as well. Maybe a bit of both. But it was real close here. No, he's lost it. Oh, he wouldn't have gone out, but he lost the ball, unfortunately. I'm saying Titans win the NRLW, no joke, with the minor premiership, not even kidding. I agree, like ball sacks, and I said this before the season started. People think I'm just biased with regards to that. I'm realistic in regards to the women's team being very good. So 16-10 of the Dragons, 34 minutes to go here at the game, and the Eels close, but no cigar. Dragons ball here at the 15. Sorry, at the 25. All right, the 25, they go right-hand side. Now the Dragons get this ball out to the 35. It's 1st tackle now. It was closer than it should have been for sure, Brighton. Closer than it should have been. All right, Dragons out of the 43. 2nd tackle here. Rolls it back to Little. I'm actually kind of excited to edit that Warriors-Titans vlog tomorrow. I reckon it's going to be a real hype vlog. You guys all will enjoy it. It's a pretty crazy vlog, actually. Especially with the dickheads at the end, to be fair. So Dragons now, they're going to get this ball to the 42, 4th tackle. Blake Laurie comes to the field. Jeez, he's had a good game, Blake Laurie. Jacob Little gets this ball to the 30. Eels are getting a little bit dirty now. They're a bit frustrated. So Ben Hunt puts that ball up in the air. And this is the problem with playing teams at the bottom of the table late in the season, right? Is that they may not have anything to play for, but the only thing they do have to play for is to just mess around with you and screw your team up. That's exactly what the Dragons are doing right now. They've realistically got nothing to play for except to just screw around with Parramatta. And they're doing a great job at it. Gutho now, he'll get this ball to the 20. I think someone's mouth guard might have just come out there. Eels left-hand side gets this ball to the 30. 4th tackle. Not making anywhere near enough meters here, Parramatta. Not making anywhere near enough meters. You got to do better than this. Oh, he's lost the ball backwards, and it'll be 5th tackle at the 30. 5th tackle. You got to do more than this. Parramatta, right-hand side, and they kick this ball down. It's going to be an easy grab here for the fullback Tyrell Sloan. He's just going to bring this ball back to probably about 30 metres out. That's exactly what he does. So 1st tackle at 30. I blame the Cat Madison, Alex says. Hey, Alex, I got some bad news for you, mate. I got some bad news for you, Alex. I don't know if you listen, but unfortunately, you will not be able to go top of the table in the women's game today because you lost to the Raiders. You're losing to the Raiders, mate. So that's the Titans who are on top. Now we're talking, mate. Now we're talking. Brian says, it's mad to me how many players don't use a mouthguard anymore. Yeah, it's insane. I've no idea why players wouldn't do it. No idea. Dragons now, good little run. Oh, I'd probably get tackled either way. It didn't matter if it's pass or not. Nevertheless says, Russell's been doing pretty well for the Eels in attack. I don't know about his performance this match. Are you talking, you're talking Sean Russell. Sorry, I was thinking Dan Russell, Dragons. Oh, jeez, Eels take him back to the 3. The Dragons are all over them right now. The Dragons are playing much the better than Parramatta. Right-hand side, and they're going to keep him 2nd tackle 5 metres out from their own line here, the Eels. Hopgood comes off for the Eels. The most dangerous are the ones with nothing to lose. Exactly right, Jimmy James. It's like in the Premier League, right? If you guys are football fans, Premier League fans, when it gets to the end of the season, the most dangerous games, if you're City, right? The most dangerous games aren't playing Arsenal or Man United or Liverpool or Chelsea or Newcastle. It's not those games. The most dangerous games are the ones playing relegation battlers and the ones that are trying to avoid getting relegated from the Premier League. They are very clearly the most hard games to win because they're so defensive and they are desperate for a result. In this, it's like the Dragons are playing for pride. They can throw the ball around and play hard knowing that they've only got 5 games left of the season, right? They're done. But they can just be a bit of a, a bit of a larrikin and just throw a cat amongst the pigeons with an Eels team that is desperate to make the 8 when, they're in this position. Oh, sorry, Sloan, great run. Gets the ball to the 45. 30 minutes to go in the game, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. But hit that subscribe button somewhere. On our way to 25k now. Right-hand side of Moan. Gets it offloaded. Taxman out to Dan Russell. Dan Russell, Ravalawa for his 4th try. Ravalawa! His 4th try of the game. What a turnaround for Ravalawa. I think he stays in, Brighton. Brian says Dragons, I don't know if he stayed in, to be honest. I think he stays in here, Ravalawa. That's his 4th try of the game here, McCallie Ravalawa. Here we go. That was hype, man. I think he stays in here. That's a great battle with him and Gutho. Either way, that is a great play from the Dragons here. They go right-hand side, off to Ben Hunt. Hunt gives it out to Amon. Amon gives it off to Lomax. Lomax gets it off to Dan Russell. Dan Russell probably should have ran a little bit further. But, yeah, I think he gets that one, right? I think he does. Yeah, how's the strength? Exactly right, Brian. What a turnaround from Ravalawa. He was awful the first 15, 20 minutes, and now he's just playing like an absolute star. So Ravalawa at the 20. I think he stays in here. I think he stays in here. I think he stays in here. Oh, the strength. The strength. Oh, he's got it. That's a try. That's a try. That is a great try. That is an underrated try too, because he He needed a significant amount of strength there to stay in the field of play, and it's 20-10 with the kick to come. Cody says, I figured out that the biggest muppet goes to the Broncos, the Blues, Man U, and their favourite player is Lomax Taxes. Exactly right. Exactly right. All right, well, guess what? Another sideline kick here for the Taxman. Can he keep it? At 3 from 4. Here we go. Yeah, Guffey got his best. You can't really blame him, Bron. Taxman, Taxman. Oh, the Taxman. Taxman from the sideline. Taxman! No. 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 So it will be 2 from 2 for the Taxman. And it'll be 20-10 to the Dragons. 20-10 to the Dragons. Jeez, Ravalawa is having a game, but he's having a game. But that's a great play from the Dragons regardless. A moan to Lomax, to Dan Russell, to Ravalawa. That's a team try, that one. And then that strength from McKaylee was incredible. What's the most tries in an NRL game? Oh, way more than this, Max wasn't. Probably like 15 or so. I don't know what just happened there with these. Oh, I hope they're not dying or something. Well, at least I have the... I didn't really get to charge it beforehand. Poor bloke has had to kick from the sideline all game because of Ravalawa. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. Actually, Ravalawa's the only one to score, isn't he? Yeah, 4, 8, 12, 16, 22. Yeah, he's the only one to score for the Dragons. So third tackle now for the Dragons at the 30-metre line. They go right-hand side. And Couchwick gets taken out at 35. What's that Josh O'Connor in 2021 against Ravalawa? Oh, he's talking about the individual tries. Yeah, it would have been Addo-Carr with 6 in 2021. Oh, knock on Dragons. Knock on Dragons. Yeah, one player. It would have been Addo-Carr with 6 a couple of years back. They won like 50-0 or whatever it was. Yeah, that is just a knock on. It is just a knock on there. So Eels now will get the ball 44 metres out of the line. I think a high scoring game was Dragons 90+ record in NRL. Yeah, 93 points against the Dogs. Jake Paul 1-1 unanimous decision. 98-91, 98-91, 97-92. Gee whiz. Makes sense though. Like, stop fighting you MMA fighters, bro. Fight a boxer. Jonathan scored 6 in one game as well as a 50-8 winner against the Roosters. I remember that game. Yep. Right-hand side, Brown up to Moses. Moses here to Bryce Cartwright. They're taking down 33 metres after the line. I think it's like 7 or 8 by some plumber back in the 50s. Some plumber back in the 50s. Eels not 10 to $2.20. Yeah, crazy. I think that's still pretty good odds, though. I wouldn't be surprised the Eels still found a way here. I think this is... they're playing it on here. The Dragons are away. They're playing on. The Dragons are away. I would get tackled because that could be a knock on. Yeah. That's a smart idea to go down to the tackle there. All right. So Dragons ball. It's going to be first tackle. 40. He's still going. Oh, Jack Bird pumped off. Oh, no. He started a well, Miller Stevens, but now he's just not been that great. Right-hand side, off to Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt to tackle Sloan. Sloan to Lomax. Lomax, he's on the Ravalawa! Ravalawa! Oh, my God, he was going for 5. He's 8 metres out of the line. His second tackle. The Dragons are putting on a show right now. Zach Lomax, he'll get his ball out to Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt, he'll get his ball outside to Molo. Out to Little! They're going to score! Little! Little! Oh, Gutho, say the try. Could be just a try anyway. This could be a strip from Gutho. If this is a strip from Gutho, it's a try. If this is a strip from Gutho, it's a try. If this is a strip from Gutho, this is a try for the Dragons. So they go left-hand side. Little. Oh, this might be a strip. I think this is a strip. I think this is a strip. Yeah, but he's grabbed the ball. Commentary's saying, absolutely there's intent to strip there from Gutho. He's got his hand on top of the ball and pulls down on it. He's literally swiped at the ball. You can see his hand. That is a strip. That is absolutely a strip. Absolutely. No way, commentary. No way. No way. You are dumb if you don't think that that's what Gutho is doing. You are stupid. You are stupid in the bunker if you don't think that Gutho has intentionally put his hand on top of the ball to rake the ball out of that situation, which he is entitled to do. He's allowed to do that. But that is absolutely a strip. He's gone in with a tackle, he's put his hand on top of the ball and raked down the ball. It's the most defined strip in history. It's so obviously a strip. Look at his hand movement. Look at his hand movement, man. That's awful. That is an awful, awful call. Awful, man. Truly. I'm just going to do this. I need to put this on charge. Oh, hold on. That is an awful call, that. I'll put this bad boy on charge. Alright, so Eels now. They're 15 metres out from their own line. Second time, we've got Robert with try versus Manly and now Para. I've settled down. Like, you're still up 20 to 10. Alright, so left-hand side. They'll get up to Matto. Matto will get this ball to the 30. It's third tackle. Honestly, who hired these people in the first place? It's common sense to understand that that is a strip there from Gutho, and there's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about that. Bunga changed the rules mid-game. It's like, you can't tell me he hasn't deliberately gone for the ball in that situation. So Moses puts that ball up into the air. And it will be a good take by FNA. Really good take. It's crazy how many of these calls come at a time when it helps the team get back into the game. Absolutely. Wait, Frank Burge got 8 tries in 1920 against Sydney University. Yeah. See, back then, though, it literally was against, like, guys working second jobs. And that's why, you know, you look at great players of the past, and whilst we respect them for how good they were for their time, you've also got to understand that at the time, they were going up against guys that literally would smoke, drink, party, and like, hard, you know, and smoke on the sideline during games. And were very, very, very semi-professional athletes compared to today's day, is what I'm talking about. But it says, again, how are we smarter than the people in the bunker who are more experienced in this sort of thing? Well, it's just crazy. Annesley will come out and defend that, but like he will. But he won't even need to, because there won't be much of an uproar if the Dragons win. If the Dragons lose, though, there'll be an uproar. If that was a captain's challenge middle of the field, it's called strip 10 out of 10. Absolutely, it's called strip 10 out of 10 in the middle of the field. Alright, so Eels now second tackle. And again, Gutho is entitled to do that. He's allowed to do that. But that is a try for the Dragons because he strips the ball out. And penalty Eels. Okay, yeah. Get the Eels back into the game, refs. Get them back into the game. You know they're struggling right now. So let's change that momentum, eh? Let's change that momentum, referees. I tell you, Dragons fans will have a bit to complain about if they lose the game. That's a great kick from Parramatta, though, into the attacking 20. Alright, so Eels ball here, 20 metres out. Get him back in. Yeah, we've seen this story before, refs. Exactly right, Brighton. We've seen this story before. So it's going to be the Eels. 11 metres out of the line. I think it's Warren McGree. Give Ross his ball back to Joey Lussick. Lussick gives it off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown at the back now to Madison, and he'll be 10 metres after the line, second tackle. CH says, I thought the referee was fine until then. Yeah, referee's been fine until that moment, which has completely changed the game. Second tackle to Moses. Moses here, 6 again. We've seen this story before, as you said, Brighton. We've seen this story before. They go right inside here. Joey Lussick will be 1 minute from the line. Dragons have had great defence throughout this game, though. Dragons have had great defence throughout this game. Alright, so Matto, he'll get his ball out to Brown. Brown, he'll get crunched out at the 10. Not a good play there. Third tackle. Third tackle here for the Eels. 10 metres out. Joey Lussick bleeding for the back of his head there. Mitchell Moses gives it off here to Warren McGreg. It'll be 4 tackles, 7 metres out from the line. 4 tackle, they're 5 metres out. Joey Lussick gives it off here to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown over the top here, touched by the Dragons. It's going to be 6 again. It is a 6 again, that one. So first tackle now for the Eels of 6 metres out here from the line. They have to score here. They've gone up against 16th place. Like, you have to score here, Eels. You have to score here. If they turn away here, go home, Eels. Yeah, exactly right, Brian. If the Dragons can hold this out, this would be incredible. Right inside Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown at the back into Moses. Moses here. There's going to be instruction. Let him score. Let him score. Let him score. Let him score. No, you should let him score. Third tackle, 4 metres out, you would have got a penalty. But now they won't even look at it. Joey Lussick! 1 metre out here from the line. 4 tackle. This is still great defence from the Dragons, nonetheless. 4 tackle. They're 2 metres out. They give it at the back end of Moses. Bad pass. He goes back out to the right. No, he's taken down 15 metres out. You don't want him being tackled on fourth. Gutho over the top here to Simonson. Sean Russell. Oh, that's unlucky for the Dragons. They do score there, the Eels. It's undeserved, man. It's undeserved, but they do score. So it will be 20-14 here with a kick to come from the sideline. Yeah, man. It should have been 26-10. It should have been Brighton. It really should have been. But this is what we've seen this story before, as you said, man. I'm gonna go on Instagram and post this. Actually, I'll go on Instagram and post this. Let me just copy the link to the. Let's just copy the link to this bloody game. That's so disappointing, man. It really is. You know, like to send them away in that situation, to say that was not a strip, and then for them to go up the other end of the field after a penalty and a couple of gimme 6 again. Besides that knock on, the knock on was fine, obviously. But yeah, it's just disappointing. Now that's tough playing defense from the Dragons, absolutely. All right, let me just go on Instagram and share this on the story. So Sean Russell, 13 tries, 17 games. Actually, how's Instagram looking at that? I want to go have a look at what the Instagram comments is talking about. Let's see. If we lose this, I'm done. Yeah, it'd be very frustrating. Rava 16, Eels 10, yep. Alrighty, from the sideline here, Mitchell Moses to make it a 20-16 game. 4-point game. Moses will miss the kick. It's still a 6-point game here. There's still a 6-point game. Alrighty, guys, 20 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Jack, if the Eels win, they would have to win by 22 to go into the 8th today. So, no, the Eels would have to turn this game around by 28 points from here in 20 minutes, which is not happening, obviously. Which is just simply not happening, man. Alrighty. Actually, I won't even bother putting that up. I won't even bother, to be fair. I just want to see what people's thoughts are on that. Like, what the consensus is outside of it. Come on, Dragons, Brighton says. Exactly right. Exactly right. Alrighty, so Eels ball here. Eels run home, Broncos away, Roosters at home, and the Panthers away before their bye. They need to win this game. Otherwise, for me, their season is done. Like, truly, I think their season is nearly done with that schedule, and the Rabbitohs having an easier schedule, plus the bye as well. You know, they've got, and Cowboys have a bye as well next week. So the Eels have to win this game. Right-hand side, they give it off here to William and Greg, who'll be taken down to the halfway point, 4th tackle. He's going to have a great game here to start us off for our Sunday afternoon. And don't forget, we have the Raiders versus the Tigers right after this at 4 o'clock. So, fit tackle now, 40 metres out. Gutho rolls it back into Joey Lussick, off to Moses. And Moses puts that ball up into the air. Let's see. Finai grabs it at the 3. Bryce Cartwright, good tackle though. Real good tackle there. All right, Dragons here. Good little run there from Jack Bird. He gets himself outside the 10. Second tackle, but the Eels are really trying to focus up on keeping him back here at this point. They go Dragons to the 15. Now to the 20. That next one could be real close as well. It could be. It's weird how we're getting a vibe about that. Last versus 6th. And yet we have a vibe that maybe the Tigers could give it a real solid go. Truly. It's actually quite insane to think about. So Ravalawa here, fit tackle. They get this ball to the 30. Not a great setting for the Dragons. I wonder if they're starting to wilt. T-Rick in Amunga says, if Dragons win and Tigers pull off a win, then my tipping is 100%. Why do you... Oh, no, Ben Hunt. No, knock on from the Dragons. Knock on for the Dragons at 33 on fit. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good with 18 minutes to go here. The last Rays vs Tigers game was insane for the last 15 minutes at least. I can't remember it. But it will be Eels ball here at the 30. All right, can they come home and win the game? Eels now 23 metres out here from the line. First tackle. Joey Lux is going to go right-hand side off to Moses. Moses at the back here, and it'll be Maddo looking for an offload. Can't do it. Second tackle, 15 metres out. 17.5 minutes to go here. Can the Eels make it a tied game? They go left-hand side to Luca Moretti, who'll be 9 metres out from the line. Third tackle. Oh, if the Eels get back in this game, it's so controversial, man. Moses up to Brown. Dylan Brown using a couple of steps. He'll be taking down 10 metres out. 10 metres out, 4 tackle. Joey Lussick off to Junior Bolo. And he's going to be 4 metres out. He's still crunching on here. 5th tackle. A repeat set here for the Eels would be huge. They go right-hand side of Moses. Moses, they might just get a try and said knock on. Oh, nearly an intercept to be fair, but it'll be a knock on there from the Dragons. 6 again here for the Eels. All right, Mitchell Moses now. He's at the 15. He rolls out to the left-hand side. He's still running across. He passed that ball across again. They might just score right now. Oh, it's an incredible tackle there for the Dragons at the 5 by the taxman. Eels here. Andrew Davey rolls it back. It's going to be 6 again here. And it'll be 0 tackle. Now first tackle, 5 metres out. They go right-hand side off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown out to Madison. Madison and Moses. Moses hit Gutho. Gutho himself. He'll be taking down 12 metres out. Dragons' defence in this game has been incredibly solid. It really has been so far. Second tackle, 10 metres out. Joey Lussick out to Madison. Madison here at the 10. Big ball! That pass was absolute perfection. That pass was absolutely impeccable there for Junior Bolo to score a try to the post. 28-18 with a kick to come. Like, the Eels have been handed away back into this game by the refs, but with that being said, like, that was a brilliant pass there for the Eels. I thought it was going to be an intercept. And what a pass. Like, that, you could not ask for a better pass than that. Was that Joey Lussick? It all started from the knock-on there from Benny Hunt, but... oh, gee whiz. Well, the Eels are getting tied up at 20 apiece. Oh, that pass from Maddo. Dan Russell. Bro, if he's looking for an intercept there, he gets it. Dan Russell, I don't know what he was doing, man. What's he looking for? Madison doesn't know what he's doing, where he is. Not Madison, sorry. Dan Russell doesn't know where he is. Jeez, Paulo could have easily knocked that ball on, though, but he does get it, and he does score on the post, so it's going to be 20-20. Disappointing that the outcome has changed all because of a bad call, though, from the bunker. Not even from the bunker. Not even from the bunker, from the, what's it called? Actually, yeah, from the bunker. It was from the bunker. We're going for a beautiful Sunday games. You're getting it right. Alex with the $15 dude donation. Get around you, bro. Appreciate you for the donation. Says that's the most Madison has done in his career. Oh, boy. Madison with a beautiful pass. But appreciate that donation there, Alex. All right, so 15 minutes to go here. Right, that's all good. Dragons fans only. 2020. Yeah, exactly right. You're not losing right now. You've got to really focus up. You've got to really get into it here. Still plenty of time for the Dragons to turn this momentum around. The Eels now. Junior Bolo. He'll run this ball back into the 15. There is 15 minutes to go. First tackle. Joey Lussick's going to go out to the left-hand side. I'm so glad this has been a good game, though. A fun game to watch. Really good game to watch. Second tackle now at 22. Second tackle here at the 22. They go left-hand side to Madison. Madison a hop good. He'll get crunched out at the 28. I think the Dragons just started to quiet down a little bit because they're starting to get tired. 4 tackle. Dylan Brown's not been having a great game, but that's always going to be a scratchy first start. 4 tackle at the 40. Joey Lussick is out to Hopgood. Last 10 minutes possession. 72% possession to the Eels. Right-hand side of Penasini. Penasini here. He'll get taken down at the 50. So the Dragons are just going to have to get this ball and have a good set here and try to keep the Eels down this side of the field. But then again, to be fair, it's 2020. No, they need to just attack themselves. Good chase here from the Eels, but Tyrell Sloan grabs it. He pushes off Dylan Brown. No, good tackle from Dylan Brown. And then Hopgood comes over the top as well. Close to a penalty, actually, because that's what they call in the 20. So Ravalawa now, second tackle. Gets the offload away. It's still first tackle. And Amon, he puts the afterburners on. Gets his ball to the 30. Second tackle now. Brighton says 104 watching, only 33 likes. Get around it. Yeah, exactly right. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. So third tackle now for the Dragons. They're going to get this ball out of the 40. Don't forget we've got Raiders, Tigers right after this. They roll it back to Jacob Little. He'll give it off. Oh, geez, nearly knock on. But they go to Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt, short ball, Dan Russell. And Russell annihilated the tackle there by Dylan Brown and Andrew Davey, I think it is. Yeah, it is Andrew Davey. 4 tackle. They go left. And the Dragons now, at least they get into the attacking half. So they actually had a better set there than the Eels did. They roll it back. Dragons, geez, pick up the ball. Now Ben Hunt puts that ball in the air. You need to see some Dragons chases. And that's going to be Lomax coming down through. But Gutho grabs it at 10 and brings it back out to the 20. Will be first tackle now. Buddy, freeloading Lurker's not hitting the like button. Absolutely hit that like button. So it's going to be set. They go right-hand side of Moses. Moses here. Moses taken down to the 33. Good run, though. Second tackle. Good run, second tackle. They're going to roll it back now to Will Penasini. And Penasini's going to be at the 40, at the 45. Third tackle now. Classic Moses whinge. Yes, no surprise there. Moses loves a good whinge. Third tackle here for the Eels. Joey Lussick goes right-hand side to Bryce Cartwright. And Cartwright now, he'll get taken down. Oh, good offload there. Moses gives it outside of Madison. Madison now to Hopgood. Hopgood looking for the pass. Gets the offload away to Moses. Moses here at the 40. They're making good meters here. Cartwright now he's taking up 35 meters out. It's too early for a field goal. Fourth tackle now at the 35. They give it up to Madison. Madison here, short ball to Bolo. He couldn't get the offload away. Ben Hunt was waiting for it. So 25 meters out here for the Eels. Joey Lussick, Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown here. Gives up to Gutho. Gutho. Penasini. Oh, no. Pass the ball. I don't think they're going to score either way. There. But, geez. Got to do something more than that. But at least the Dragons will be held back in their own 5 here. All right. Second tackle now for the Dragons. Blake Laurie gets it to the 30. It'll be third tackle. Mayan Daly. This is a close game. Absolutely, it's a close game. The game changed when the Dragons got a fair try taken away them for me. But with that, and then the Eels got a penalty off the back of that, and then again and again and again. So, Dragons here. Close one forward pass there for the Dragons, really. Fifth tackle now, 48 meters out. Dragons have still had a pretty decent set to get out of trouble here, and Ben Hunt puts that ball up into the air. Not many chases here from the Dragons, though, but it will be Miller Stevens under pressure here on debut. Gets the ball and brings it to the 20. Brian says, who's the Dragons 9? The guy works his arse off. I've got to respect it. That'll be Jacob Little. Jacob Little there used to play for the Tigers, obviously. Now he's at the Dragons. He can be he's rocks and diamonds, man. Like, he can be diamonds, but, man, he can also be rocks at times as well. Third tackle now for the Eels at the 30. But, yeah, he does really throw himself into the line. So, 40 meters out, third tackle. Moses steps back. Oh, that's a high tackle. Yep, that's a high tackle. It's going to be a penalty here to the Eels. It's going to be a penalty. It's going to put them in really good position. I'd even consider a field goal at the end of this set. And if you're going to be consistent, this is a bin here for the Dragons. If you're going to be consistent, this is a bin here for the Dragons. But you're not going to be consistent, are you? You're going to send Mo Fodawaker off. If you're going to be consistent, that's absolutely a bin. And that's not even if you're consistent. How is that not a bin? Like, how has Mo been sent off? How has Mo Fodawaker for the Titans been sent off the game, but that's not even a bin? That's bullshit. This game is a shambles, man. The rugby league is a shambles right now. You send Mo Fodawaker off for 63 minutes for something that was less than that just because of the injury. It's just lucky that Moses doesn't get injured there. Oh, man. He's just been clocked across the head with the arm. That's always a bin. Eels now, right-hand side, 20 metres out. Oh, yeah, exactly right, Brian. We've only seen about 20 softer bins this season. This weekend. Third tackle now, 10 metres out. Gutho off to Junior Bolo. Oh, how has he not knocked that ball on? Really good hands there from Junior Bolo. They're 3 metres out of the line. Inconsistency is horrific. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, Sashin. Dylan Brown out to Gutho. What are you doing, Gutho? Luckily, Sean Russell could grab that ball at the 15, but that was a horrible pass there from Gutho. All right, Eels here, 15 minutes out, fifth tackle, 10 minutes to go here, guys. Like the video, subscribe if you're new around here. Dylan Brown puts the ball over the top, not a good kick there. No, we'll end up as a try for the Eels. It's going to be 26-20. Bryce Cartwright's there. It's going to be knock on from the Dragons. It wasn't the greatest of kicks, but the Dragons just find a way to knock that ball on. To be fair, the Dragons absolutely should have had a bin there. The game does change when the Dragons get a fair try taken away from them due to the Gutho strip. However, that should have been a bin for the Dragons there. The Eels have found a way to come back from 20-10 down. Well, they were up 10-0. The Dragons went up 20-10. And what? I don't understand why he's going up with one hand. Why is he going up with one hand to try and catch that? Why is he going up with one hand to try and catch that? I don't really understand what the point of that is. He's never catching that. He's never catching that by putting one hand up to try and grab that one hand. That was weird. Start of the season, coming up the head was a sin bin, yet now they pick and choose when to do it. Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. So Eels fans can be feeling really annoyed with that one not being a bin, but also the only reason you're in this game is because it should have been 26-10 to the Dragons. And then because of that note, they called that just a normal tackle and not a strip. They went up the other end of the field and scored and got themselves back into the game. So if you're a Dragons fan, you're definitely feeling ripped off for this game. But if you're an Eels fan, you're feeling ripped off that you're not up 13-12 on players with 8 minutes to go. OBJ want to be. Yeah, I don't understand what he's doing. You're never catching that ball like that. If he goes up with two hands there, I guarantee he catches that. I guarantee he catches that with two hands. And Moses will make it a 26-20 game with 8 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Still time if you're a Dragons fan, but not looking great now. Not looking great. You were up 20-10 about 15 minutes or so ago. Lagartho get Penasini, Sean Russell. That was the first try. Oh, man. They've been killing this right side defense of the Dragons. The right side. Oh, no, that was right. The guts there with Junior Bowler, to be fair. Not saying the Eels couldn't have come back 26-10 down, but at least let us see. Exactly right, yeah. But with that being said, it's like, yeah, they could come back from 26-10 down, but the whole game's changed from there. The whole game is changed from there. So it's frustrating, but with that being said, the Eels need to win this game. They're not going to go above the Rabbitohs, but they need to win this game. Sino says, I think this game was ref really good first half. What makes the game different is not only the calls that are made, try to disallow Dragons, the calls that aren't made, sin bin. Yeah, exactly right. There's been bad calls all the way. However, the Dragons were looking pretty safe up 26-10. They were looking pretty safe. So 25 minutes out here, they go left-hand side, and it'll be Andrew Davey, 4 tackle to the 35. They go back to Jermaine Hopgood, who'll be at 5th tackle now, 45 minutes out. It was fun while it lasted, mate. 7 minutes 20. Keep the faith, son. Keep the faith. But the Dragons do look tired, I won't lie to you. So Moses puts that ball up, and it will be Matty Feeney who's going to bring this ball back into the 20. Good run. Good strong run to the 30. Sean Lane hurt his elbow and won't be back rough. Sean Lane was playing today? Sean Lane wasn't playing today, was he? He wasn't in the team list. Am I crazy? I don't think he was in the team. Sean Lane. Sean Lane's been out for a few weeks, hasn't he? Jack Bird's complaining about something here. Jack Bird is complaining about something here. I'm going to have a look. Sean Lane wasn't in the team list. No, he wasn't. What are you talking about? That's what Blocker said. Blocker said Sean Lane. He must be talking about Sean Russell. He's an idiot. So third tackle now, 45 minutes out from their own line. The Dragons go left-hand side. They give it off Ben Hunt. Here we go, Dragons. They've got numbers. They've got good numbers here. Then it's on Matty Feeney. Feeney cuts back in, gets past the debutant. Will be 4 tackling at the 40. So I'm playing Blocker. It could be Blocker. Sean Lane's been injured for about 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe 3 or 4, maybe. Underneath here, Blake Laurie. And Laurie's going to be 42 minutes out. He did his elbow like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, look, I think CJ's got it wrong there. I think CJ's got it wrong. So Little now gives up to Ben Hunt, and Hunt's going to put that ball up. Here's the chase from the taxman coming through. And, Sean Russell. Sean Russell's on the field. No, you've heard something wrong, CJ. That's on you. You've heard something wrong. It's not anybody else. Sean Russell's on the field. So right-hand side, and it's going to be Eels now who get this ball out to the 25 with 6 minutes to go here of the game. Don't forget, in 15 minutes' time, we'll be streaming that Raiders versus Tigers game. Oh, Simonson, get up, bro. There's no penalty there. Eels, they'll get taken down at the 35. Second tackle. Brian, sometimes going down on the board is exactly what sides need to find. On the board is exactly what a side needs to find the edge to get the dub. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly right. So Gutho now, who'll get this ball to the halfway point. 4 tackle. Hey, man, my bad. 4 tackle here at the halfway point. Oh, there's the infamous Paraboos. So Mitchell Moses now, he'll whack this ball into the corner. He'll whack it into the corner, and it will be Matty Feeney at the 5. He's going to bring this back to the 10. You're going to run that ball hard, dude. It's like you're on the wing, bro. You should be having a bit more energy than what you just did to run back into the line. First tackle, they go right-hand side. They get off to Ben Hunt. Hunt here, he's going to try himself. He gets the off the way to Ravalawa. They're losing meters, but he gets the off the way to Tyrell Sloan. Sloan could put the afterburners on. Can he get away? Can't get away, though. He'll be at the 15, 18 or so. Second tackle. They go left-hand side to Ravalawa. Great run by Ravalawa to the 25. That's how a winger should be running back. And he scored 4 tries. How on earth is Matty Feeney exhausted when Ravalawa scored 4 tries and is running the ball back as hard as he just did? They go out to the left-hand side here. It's gone backwards. It's fine. If it goes out, though, they're screwed. He's gone over the sideline. It's gone over the sideline here, so it will be Eels' ball here at the 15. Matty Feeney. You're not happy with him at the moment. If you're a Dragons fan, you're not happy with him. You're not happy with him at the moment. Bug says, probably meant he'd done his elbow a few weeks ago and won't be back for the season. Oh, maybe. Fema says, went on a road trip when I missed a good game. Missed a game with a lot of controversy. But you did miss a good game. Alrighty. So 4 minutes to go here of the game. Left-hand side, and it's going to be Eels here, who could seal it. 12 metres out here from the line. Joey Lussick, he'll go right-hand side. Dylan Brown here, short ball. It'll be Madison. Oh, he's lost that ball. Oh, he's lost the ball. Yeah, it's going to be Dragons ball. It's going to be Dragons ball here. Dragons ball, so still a chance now. Still a chance. Still a chance. Just checking something here quickly. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, what a game. I was just making sure there's still plenty of seats there for next week's game, Sharks Titans. So Dragons ball in 10 metres out, 3 minutes to go here after the knock on there from the Eels. They have to go 90 metres, however. 90 metres. 10 metres out from their line. Talatau Moan's going to put this ball through the scrum. They're going to just throw their arm around. It doesn't matter, win or lose. There's really nothing to play here for the Dragons. They're going to probably finish in 16th this season, win or lose. So they just got to really just try and be the menace to the Eels in trying to keep them out of the 8. Second take. They won't go into the 8 today. They need to win by 22 to go into the 8. But, you know, it would be a real hard ass for the Eels with the Broncos looming, Panthers looming, and also there was a tough game in between as well. Tough game in between as well that is looming. I think it might be Roosters or something like that. Right-hand side, they go to a Mona out the back here. Tyrell Sloan. Sloan here gives up to Lomax to Ravalawa. Ravalawa cuts back on the inside. They're past the halfway line. 4 tackle of the Dragons. They're 48 metres out. 45 metres out now for the Dragons. The Raiders won by 6 points in the end. Well, there you go. Doesn't matter. Win or lose. Win by 40 or 100 or 1. Doesn't matter. Let their side. They give it out to Jack Bird. Jack Bird's still pushing off here. He gets the offload away. It's a brilliant offload. It's a brilliant offload. Dragons still going. And Little taking down 38 metres out from the line. Fit tackle. They will probably get another set here, though. Ben Hunt, he's going to run this ball up and then puts that ball up for Zach Lomax, who's getting up into the air. He's caught it! He flicks it back! Oh, but it's going to be caught by the Eels. Gee whiz, that's a great play there from Lomax, but unfortunately it does go straight to the Eels in Bailey Simonson who grabbed it. Second tackle now to 15. Now, you can't blame the taxman for that one, man. He grabs the ball, throws it as wherever he could. And now the Dragons are going to focus. They're 20 metres out from their own line. The Eels, a minute 47 to go here of the game, though. But Bailey Simonson, that was a nice grab there. He could have easily knocked it on and given a fresh set of 6 to the Dragons. 4 tackle now. And they're 35 metres out from 25 metres out from their own line. 5th tackle at the 35. The Dragons will have a full set, and they're going to be in pretty good position here to potentially, put a tough one into the Eels here. Moses, that's a good kick from Moses, though. Right back to the 10, and Tyrell Sloan here. Here we go. Last chance season. Last chance of the game. Eels have to defend it if they want any chance of making the 8. Yeah, is the Roosters, Jimmy James in 2 weeks. Yeah, there you go. All right, so Dragons at the 25. They go right-hand side to Fine. Fine, bro, enough at the steps, man. Run the ball back in the line. Second tackle, a minute to go of the game. Minute to go of the game. Second tackle, Dragons. Need more than what you're doing, man. What are you doing, Jack Bird? What are you doing? Getting offload. That was a shocking run from Jack Bird. 50 seconds left. Third tackle for the Dragons. We're at the 40. Blake Lowry with a huge run to the 45. Fourth tackle, but they still need to do more than what they're doing. Jacob Little, he'll go right-hand side of Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt, short ball to Russell. I don't see the point of going for those short little plays at the moment. Fifth tackle. That should be 6 again. It is 6 again for the Dragons. No, what? That should have absolutely been 6 again there for the Dragons. That should have absolutely been 6 again, but the Dragons will come through here. Gutho grabs it, and that should be the game. Gutho grabs it, and that should be the game. Controversial game here, but you don't care if you're an Eels fan. It will be a 26-20 win here in the end with 14 seconds left. It should have been a 6 again there, just then to the Dragons, to be fair. It really should have been. But second tackle, 5 seconds to go here of the game. And the Eels, they will win at 26-20. Pretty crazy game, this one, to be completely honest with you. Pretty crazy game. But they do get the dub. They do get the dub there. But guys, we're going to jump off here for now. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time for the next game, which is the Raiders and the Tigers. Eels not in the 8 yet. They only go at 6 points, so they're still short of the Rabbitohs by about 16 points differential there. But they just needed to win. They just need to win, and that's exactly what they got. So I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you in 10 minutes for the next game. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.